In front of me I have the Motorola Moto G77, and I'll be going over unboxing along with a quick look at the device specifications and build quality of what Motorola has made. Okay, so let's just get straight into this. Now I do want to quickly mention that I'm in no way sponsored by Motorola or anyone else, so I can say whatever I want about this, which is pretty damn great. Anyway, getting in here, I can already see that we most likely will not be getting a charger in a box, because that's a forgotten element. Apparently we don't need to charge our phones anymore. It comes in this with this ugly case, which looks to be a little bit scuffed, but whatever. We do get a cable for now, and we have a SIM ejector on a paper little thingy thing. For a company that cares so much to not add, a charger in a box, they surely waste paper to cover up a SIM ejector in here, which every other company just kind of, makes a slit and just slides it through. But hey, I guess it's saving the planet by removing trees from it and, wrapping piece of metal in paper. Okay. Now let's rip that off and boot up the device. And let's take it off the case so we can see the bezels and also the build quality. Okay. So the device has very, and I mean really very rounded kind of corners all around, so you probably will either love it or hate it. Now the display right here, other than the rounded corners, is 6.78 inches in size. It's an AMOLED display, 1 million colors, 120 Hz refresh rate, and a peak brightness of whopping 5000 nits. It comes with a resolution of 1272 by 2772 pixels, with a 19.5 to 9 aspect ratio and 450 pixels per inch, covered with the Corning Gorilla Glass 7i Mesh Level 4. So in general, the display right here is actually pretty good. So nothing really bad to say here, other than I think the hardness level, the Gorilla Glass 7i is a little bit on the lower end, but this is more of a budget device, so you know what, I'm not gonna complain whatsoever about this. Already the fact that it comes with a AMOLED display and high refresh rate and apparently can get moronically bright, I'm all for that. That's already everything that I would want to see. Anyway, let's move on to the cameras. And here we have, no, Motorola, what are you doing? What is this piece of shit right here? Come on, you had one job. Do not try to fool your customers into thinking that you have triple camera setup. Come on. So anyway, this is not a real camera. I can already see that. I don't even need to check the spec sheet. I can see as there's no lens in there. Just looks like there is. To fool any kind of retard that would think that this is a camera. And Motorola is already there, rubbing their hands and hoping that you're going to spend money on it because you think you get more than you actually get. But anyway, what we get right here is a main sensor being 108 megapixel 1.7 aperture wide sensor, and then a measly 8 megapixels, that would be this 8 megapixel right here. That is a ultra wide 119 degree 2.2 aperture. And anyway, with those cameras, you can record videos up to 1440p at 30 frames, and 1080p gets you actually to 60, so that's nice. They actually get 60. Now at the front, we have a 32 megapixel and a hole punch, as you can see right here, and that is also a wide sensor that does also 1440 and 1080p at 30 frames. So no 60 with the selfie, unfortunately. Okay, now let's move on to the internals. So under this eco leather that I have right here, silicone polymer, basically plastic back. That's really what it is. It just imitates leather. We have a 5200 milliampere battery under that, and it can be charged at 30 watts, which is, for this price, I would say it's okay. Nothing really like bad, but it's also nothing really great, I would say. So that's that. It comes with 8 GB of RAM, Dimensity 6400 processor, and comes with 128 GB of storage or 256. Now, if I grab this, there is expandable storage. So you can go for the lower end, 128, and just pop in an SD card and you should be good to go. So that's nice to see. Okay, now moving on to the build quality, we have plastic frame. So this is all plastic back. No matter which one you go for, you have either the silicone, polymer, eco leather, which is what I have right here, which is plastic, or just straight up, I think, plastic. We have our power button on our right side, and above that we have our volume rockers. At the top of the device we just got a Dolby Atmos branding. Now you're surely not going to be getting any kind of Dolby Atmos sound out of this one, let's be completely freaking honest. There is just speakers at the bottom. Now, as far as I'm aware, we can't really break laws of physics right now, so, you know, spatial sound can't come from nothingness in space. So this will only play Dolby Atmos as a, you know, through a single area, or possibly also the earpiece right here. But at best that would be basically like playing, you know, spatial audio on a 2.1 system, or 2.0 in this case. So you have only 2 speakers, top and bottom. And no matter how much you do, whatever sound will be coming, it will never be coming from above your head, as Dolby Atmos would do normally, and for instance, home theater environment. But in any case, it's here for some reason. We next to that have a, I believe that's a noise cancelling microphone. Then on our left side, we got the SIM/SD tray that I pulled out before. At the bottom, we have our Type-C charging port, another microphone, and the speaker grill. And that's about everything that there is to the phone. Now, to talk about the price, the device comes at roughly 300 euros, give or take. So where I'm from, when I checked it, it costs 1300 PLN. So that's the currency that we have right here. And it's not like, you know, egregiously overpriced or anything like that. It's solid price. It also comes with Android 16, which, if I go through the setup quickly, you'll see that Motorola, hello, there we go. Motorola is one of those companies that basically gives you bare minimum in terms of what their operating system offers, because it's not really their operating system, it's just stock Android, or as stock as they can get away with, if that makes sense. Technically, the real stock Android doesn't even come nowadays with a dialer, as far as I'm aware. So this is just coming with literally like a sprinkle of Motorola additions into it, like the Moto app right here, and some other applications in here, and some additional features in the settings. So we should have some kind of, where was it? Hell, I can't find it. But I know, oh, there we go. No, wait, that's about. They do have some kind of flair in here for, you know, just tiny bits of like Motorola additions. But all in all, you can see there is like no bloatware on this device whatsoever, if you don't count the Motorola applications. So let's see if we can actually get rid of them. Remove from folder. Nope, we can't. How about this one? Can't do that one. Can't do that one. Okay, so we can't get rid of the Motorola applications, unfortunately. But other than that, it doesn't come with any kind of crappy games. It doesn't come with Netflix, Spotify, or any other piece of shit that you'd expect from other brands that sell their devices at double the price. Now, in any case, there is, I would say, an alternative to this device that will be, I think, a little bit better priced, if I remember correctly. Let's see. There's 2 ones that I'm going to check quickly. So this one will be one, and this one is the other. Price-wise, we are looking at even cheaper priced. Okay, that's great. And this one is, okay, this one is way more expensive, so get rid of that one. Okay, So the phone that I would probably recommend over this one, which might not have stock Android, I'm gonna be completely like upfront with this one. It has definitely way more done to Android to make it look unique and on par with what the company's image is, rather than what we have right here, which is just stock Android. So if you're looking for that kind of very bare bones system, this will probably be one of the only phones that you can really get nowadays that has this. Other than that, maybe Pixel, but Pixel even has way more kind of added on top of their own operating system compared to what Motorola does. So if you consider that Google has a more bloated system compared to Motorola, then that kind of should explain what you're kind of getting here. But in any case, if you don't mind that it will come with some additional look to it, you can get a cheaper device that is actually better than this. So the one that I'm talking about specifically, the company name is Nothing, and they have this phone, which is more of a budget lineup that they offer, CMF Phone 2 Pro. Now, like I said, I'm in no way sponsored by anyone here, so I'm recommending this device because I genuinely think it's a pretty good one. And I'm gonna quickly run through comparison of specifications and what you get. So very quickly, in terms of battery life, we're looking at about the same kind of battery. It's only 200 milliamps smaller than what we have right here, which is not that much, but it can charge at 3 watts faster, so 33 watts, same amount of RAM, but the biggest kind of upside will be the processor in that device. Here we have the Dimensity 6400. Now the CMF phone comes with the Dimensity 7300 Pro. So in comparison, it's basically as comparing the CMF phone comes with something that is considered as a higher shelf option. So it's something like if you look at, I don't know, maybe Samsung devices, when you have the S lineup and the A lineup, right? Now, these are like two vastly different shelves, right? But that's kind of similar. So when it comes down to processors, they have generations. So each year, they release new ones, and then they have the tiers of them. So for instance, you have the Snapdragon 6, 7, and 8. And each one of them is kind of designed for different market. So obviously 6 would be for the low end, 7 would be for like the mid-range, and 8 is the flagship, the highest end. And here, Dimensity has the same thing. The 6000 more like is the budget lineup, while the 7000 is more of a higher end one. So you get a faster processor in general. Now it is a little bit of a, I think, discrepancy, as this one has a newer version of a lower end processor, while the CMF phone has a higher tier version of, I think, what is now a bit like a year-old processor. But let's quickly check. So Dimensity 7300 Pro and 6400. Okay, so I'm going to be comparing it, not the Pro one. Okay, this side is crap. Let me... where is it? This one? Okay, this one. Oh, for God's sakes. Okay, so to give you quick figures of what we're looking for in terms of percentages, in terms of N22 benchmark, we are looking at 51% lead for the non-Pro version of that processor, the 7300. So not even the Pro. And that is compared to exactly this processor is in here. Now, the reason I'm showing or telling the non-Pro version is because that's kind of what Google is finding, that for some reason has a mental breakdown and trying to find the Pro versions of things that are like, the overclocked versions. But just to put that out there, the Pro version will be just a tad bit faster. It's honestly not big difference. It's going to be only like couple percentage higher Pro to non-Pro. So honestly, these numbers here will be already pretty close to what the CMF phone can do in any case. But that was just N2210 benchmark. Now Geekbench 6 single core gets you 31% lead, while a multi-core gets you a 40% lead. So that's obviously a pretty decent jump in performance over what we have, which is on general about 40% higher. So quickly trying to check if there's anything else that I can find, but I can't. But in general, that will be a better processor. Now, another thing that it will definitely better at, which I don't even need to check, will be gaming performance. If you want to game on your phone, then the higher end one, the Dimensity 7300, will be much better in terms of just raw gaming performance compared to what we have right here. So again, that's probably going to be a better option for you. Build quality is about the same, all plastic, just like this one. And in terms of cameras, it's another standout feature. It has dual 50 megapixel wide and telephoto and 80 megapixel ultra wide that do 1080p up to 120 and 4K 30. And then the selfie does 1080p 30, which is also a 16 megapixel. So this one has a higher megapixel sensor and can record at 1440p as a selfie, but the back cameras on the CMF phone will be better. So these are probably some of the most standout kind of features. Display wise, we're looking at about the same kind of thing, with the only addition is that the CMF phone has a higher touch refresh rate. So when you're sliding through it, it tries to refresh the display much faster and more frequently to check if there has been any kind of changes. But in reality, this won't really matter that much. And also, it uses Panda Glass, which has a MOSH level 5 instead of the 4 that this one has. So it supposedly has a little bit of a harder display. So a bit more scratch resistant. Now these are all kind of standout features that I would probably recommend going with the CMF phone over this one, unless you really want that very bare bones stock Android vibe that new Motorola has. If you don't and you just want to have better value for your money, a phone that is a little bit, well, maybe not a little bit, but decently better, then maybe that CMF phone would be a much more valuable option to you, especially when it comes on to camera performance and the processor performance. Both of them are basically on a different tier than what we get right here. So anyway, with that being said, I hope you found this very helpful, and if you did, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.
Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Motorola Moto G77, and let me share with you how to reset up preferences on this device. So let's begin with opening the settings, and here we have to scroll down and find the option system. Here let's tap on reset options, which is right here, and as you can see here we've got the option reset up preferences, so just tap. Your device will inform you what it will actually reset, so among others, disabled app notifications and any permission restrictions. What's more, no worries, you won't lose any app data, so simply tap on reset apps, and basically this is it. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up. Hi everyone, in front of me I've got a Motorola Moto G77, and let me share with you how to show battery percentage on the status bar in this device. So let's start with opening the settings, and here we have to scroll and find the battery. Let's tap. Here, as you can see, we've got the option connected with the battery percentage. In my case, it is turned on. If you've got it turned off, simply tap on the switcher and your device will immediately show the battery percentage next to the battery icon. And unfortunately, this is the only way to show the battery percentage. I mean, for example, we cannot show it inside the battery icon, only next to it. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up.
In front of me is Motorola Moto G77, and today I would like to show you how you can change font style. Begin by opening Settings and scrolling to tap on Personalize. Now choose Fonts section available here and tap on the best one for you to apply it. So when I do that and go back, I can see that style of my font has changed. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!
Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Motorola Moto G77 and let me share with you how to check the serial number of this device. So let's begin with opening the dialer, and here let's enter a code which is *#06#. And as you can see at the bottom of this pop-out window we've got the serial number of this device. So let's tap on OK, and now let me show you another way through the settings. So let's open the settings. Right here we have to scroll down and find the option About Phone. And here scroll down again and go to Device Details. Now let's tap on this model at the very top, and as you can see on the second position we've got the serial number of this device. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up.
In front of me is Motorola Moto G77, and today I would like to show you how you can find all typing options. Begin by launching Settings and scrolling to tap on System section available here. Now tap on Keyboard, On-Screen Keyboard, and Gboard. Finally, select Corrections and Suggestions to manage all of those options however you want to, thanks to all of those switches. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! In front of me is Motorola Moto G77, and today I would like to show you how you can resize font. Start by launching Settings and scrolling to tap on Display section available here. Then choose Display Size and Text, and operate this slider under Font Size to adjust it. You can check out Preview at the top. So when I go back, as you can see, size of my font has changed. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! In front of me is Motorola Moto G77, and today I would like to show you how you can turn on or turn off auto rotation. You need to start by going into Tab menu. To do that, swipe down from the top right corner of your screen twice. Like that. When you see all of your shortcuts, look for Auto Rotate 1 and click on it. As you can see, mine turned blue. That means that auto rotation is on, but you can always switch it off by tapping on the same shortcut until it's black. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! In front of me is Motorola Moto G77, and today I would like to show you how you can change default apps. First of all, go into Settings and scroll to tap on Apps. Now scroll again, this time to click on Default Apps, and tap on any of those sections you wanna manage. In my case, Browser app. Now tap on an app you wanna apply as your new default, and go back. As you can see, after a few seconds, my default app has changed. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! In front of me is Motorola Moto G77, and today I would like to show you how you can check a password in Passwords Manager. Begin by opening Settings and scrolling to tap on this section called Passwords, Passkeys, and Accounts. Now choose Open under Google. Tap on Google Password Manager and select any password you wanna check. Enter your screen log. Use this eye icon and this way make your password visible. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment and subscribe. Bye!
Hi everyone, in front of me I've got a Motorola Moto G77 and let me share with you how to clear credentials on this device. So let's start with opening the settings, and here let's scroll and find the option Security and Privacy. Then let's scroll down again and find More Security and Privacy. And here scroll down to find Encryption and Credentials. So right here, almost at the very bottom of the list, we've got the option we're looking for. So just tap on Clear Credentials and confirm it by tapping on OK. If you've got any kind of screen lock, enter it to confirm the whole step. And as you can see, not only we've got this information, but also this option is inactive, which means that we just successfully removed all saved certificates. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up. Hi everyone, in front of me I've got a Motorola Moto G77 and let me share with you how to change the screen timeout on this device. So let's begin with opening the settings, and here we have to scroll and find the display. Then let's scroll down again and localize the option Screen Timeout. And as you can see here, we've got some options from which we can choose. At the top, we've got relatively short options like 15 or 30 seconds. And at the bottom, the longest, which is 30 minutes. So all you have to do is to tap on the option like to use. I'll pick 10 minutes. You'll have to confirm everything with your screen lock if you've got one. And as you can see, this option is immediately marked. And after getting back, it is also notified right here, which means that from now on, after 10 minutes of an activity, this device will black out. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up.
In front of me is Motorola Moto G77 and today I would like to show you how you can change display refresh rate. Start by opening settings and scrolling to hit display. Then scroll again, this time to click on this section called refresh rate, display refresh rate. Now apply any of those by tapping on the best one for you, smart and balanced, hyper smooth, or efficiency first. Wherever you decided, just go back. Your changes will be automatically applied. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment and subscribe. Bye! In front of me is Motorola Moto G77 and today I would like to show you how you can turn on or off auto brightness. First of all, go into settings and scroll to tap on display. Then use this switcher next to adaptive brightness to turn it on or switch it off. If you want to, you can also click on it on the left and use this switcher, which works exactly the same. The only difference is here you can read all of those informations about auto brightness. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment and subscribe. Bye! In front of me is Motorola Moto G77 and today I would like to show you how you can rename it. Firstly, go into settings and then scroll all the way down. This way you can access this section called About Phone. Now click on device name right next to storage and type in whatever you wish to, like Sunny. Then hit OK in the pop-up and confirm your choice in the second one, this time about visibility. So when I do that, as you can see, name of my Motorola has changed. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!
Hi everyone, in front of me I've got a Motorola Moto G77 and let me share with you how to change video resolution on this device. So let's begin with opening the camera app. And currently we are in the standard photo mode, so let's switch to the video one. Just tap on the video, and if you can see the red color inside the shutter button, it means that for sure you're on the video mode. Now we can take a look at this option bar right here, and on the second position we've got the resolution, so let's tap on it. And as you can see in this device, we've got two options, so FHD or 2K. So all you have to do is to tap on the option you'd like to use. As you can see, it will be immediately highlighted. Under it, you can also change frames per second. It's up to you. It is also visible right here on this icon, which means that from now on, our device will use the chosen resolution whilst recording a video. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up.
In front of me is Motorola Moto G77, and today I would like to show you how you can clean storage. First of all, open Google folder to tap on an app called Files that's already on your Motorola. Now choose those three lines at the top left corner. Click Clean. Select Clean under Junk Files, and last but not least, Clear in the pop-up. Then wait. So when I do that, as you can see, storage of my Motorola was successfully cleaned. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!
Hi everyone, in front of me I've got a Motorola Moto G77 and let me share with you how to turn off running apps on this device. So let's start with opening the recents, and depending on what kind of navigation type you've got set, you can do it differently. So if you've got the 3-button navigation, simply tap on the button with, let's say, 3 bars icon, with the kind of layers or pages. It should appear somewhere here or here, depending on what kind of configuration you've got applied. And if you've got the gestures, simply swipe your finger from the bottom to the center of your device and hold your finger somewhere here, just like that. And here we've got the recents. So all you have to do is to simply tap on Clear All, and your device will automatically close all of the recents. We can open the recents to check, and here we've got no recent items, which means that we just successfully closed all background apps. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up.
In front of me is Motorola Moto G77, and today I would like to show you how you can connect it to Ringtone. Begin by opening Settings and tapping on Connected Devices right away. Now choose Connection Preferences. Select Printing and click on Default Print Service or any other service you have and wanna use. They all turn on the same way, so tap on yours. Make sure this switcher is on and wait. Your device is now looking for a printer, and when it finds one, it will connect to it, just like in my case. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!
Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Motorola Moto G77, and let me share with you how to check the IMEI number of this device. So let's begin with opening the dialer, as it is the fastest way to check the IMEI number. Let's tap on the keypad and let's enter a special code, which is *#06#. And as you can see, by this code we are provided with both IMEI numbers of this device. So let's tap on OK. And now another way through the settings. So let's open the settings. Right here we have to scroll down to find the option About Phone. Then let's scroll down again and go to Device Identifiers. Sorry, not here. To Device Details. And right here, as you can see, after scrolling down, we've got both IMEI numbers for both SIM slots. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up.
In front of me is Motorola Moto G77, and today I would like to show you how you can find all your downloads. First of all, open Google folder and tap on an app called Files that's already on your Motorola. If you never used it before, select Allow and then Continue. Now tap on Downloads category. As you can see, all of my downloaded files are here. To open one, tap on it on the left. And to manage one, click on those three dots on the right. Then do whatever you wish. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! In front of me is Motorola Moto G77, and today I would like to show you how you can delete the password from Passwords Manager. First of all, go into Settings. Scroll and tap on this section here called Passwords, Passkeys and Accounts. Then choose Open under Google and tap on Google Password Manager. Now you need to click on one of your passwords you wanna get rid of and enter your screen lock. Choose Delete button and confirm your choice in the pop-up. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!
Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Motorola Moto G77, and let me share with you how to reset network preferences on this device. So let's begin with opening the settings, and here we have to scroll and find the option System. Then let's go to Reset Options, and here at the top, actually on the two first positions, we've got the option we're looking for. So we've got separately mobile network settings and Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. So all you have to do is to tap on the specific option, tap on Reset Settings, confirm everything with your screen lock, and here we've got the information that we cannot undo this action, so do it only if you're ready. Just tap on Reset Settings and we just successfully reset mobile network settings. And same situation with Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, so just tap on it, tap on Reset, and as you can see, Bluetooth and Wi-Fi were reset successfully. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up.
In front of me is Motorola Moto G77, and today I would like to show you how you can edit password in Passwords Manager. First of all, go into Settings and scroll to click on this section called Passwords, Passkeys and Accounts. Now tap on Open under Google and select Google Password Manager. Finally, tap on any password you want to edit and enter your screen lock. Then choose Edit button and change whatever you want to. Lastly, hit save at the top right corner. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!
Hi everyone, in front of me I've got a Motorola Moto G77 and let me share with you how to reset camera preferences on this device. So let's begin with opening the camera app. And currently we are in the standard photo mode. However, the mode right here doesn't really matter. You can be on whatever mode you want to, because we will open general settings. And to do that, we have to tap on the settings icon in the right upper corner. And here, let's scroll all the way down to find the option reset. Then tap on reset. And basically, this is it. Maybe let me actually apply the grid lines. So we will check whether it will disappear. As you can see, now we've got the grid lines. So let me reset the settings again. Tap on the settings icon, scroll all the way down, tap on reset, and tap on reset again. And after getting back, we can see that the grid lines are not visible, which means that we just successfully reset all camera preferences. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up. Hi everyone, in front of me I've got a Motorola Moto G77 and let me share with you how to reset the settings on this device. So let's start with opening the settings. And here we have to scroll and find the option System. Then let's tap on Reset Options. And on the third position we've got the option we're looking for, so Reset Device Settings. Device settings. So here we've got the information that our device will simply restore the phone to original settings, and any changes you've made to the following settings will be undone. So the battery, display, and storage. So tap on Reset Device Settings if you're ready and confirm everything with your screen lock. Your device will again ask you if you really want to do it. And if you'd like to restore battery, display, and storage to their original settings. So just tap on Reset Device Settings, and now we have to wait until this device will finish the process. As you can see, that was quite quick. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up. Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Motorola Moto G77 and let me share with you how to soft reset or actually force restart this device. So this operation will be useful if for some reason your device stopped working properly and, for example, it does not respond to your touches, you cannot swipe, you cannot close the app or open the app or whatever. So all you have to do to forcefully restart your device is to find and hold the power button, which is right here, and press it long enough until you'll see the black screen and then the developer's logo. So let me try to do it. Let me press this button. And even though we've got this restart option here, let's pretend that we cannot tap on it. So keep pressing the power button. It should take approximately, 5 seconds. And as you can see, that was quite quick because right now we've got this welcoming screen and it means that we just successfully reset our device. So whenever you can see this screen, just release the finger and wait until our device will be fully powered on. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up. Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Motorola Moto G77 and let me share with you how to check the total screen time on this device. So let's start with opening the settings, and here we have to scroll and find the option Digital Wellbeing and Parental Controls. Let's tap on it. So as you can see here, we've got the graph that will show us for how long we've been using this device today. So in my case, it is 25 minutes and most of the time I've spent on the settings. Here we've got also the unlocks and notifications count. So we can tap inside the graph and we will be transferred to the dashboard where you can check the screen time in particular days of the week. You can compare them. After tapping on it, you've got the list of apps that you've been using with specific time you've spent on them. You can also change the screen time to notifications received and times opened. Moreover, you can tap on the specific app in order to check the dashboard again, but this time it is tightly connected with this one app. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up.
In front of me is Motorola Moto G77, and today I would like to show you how you can clone apps. First of all, go into Settings and scroll to click on Apps. Then scroll again, this time to choose Cloned Apps here. And last but not least is this plus next to any available app to clone it. Then wait, and when it's ready, go back to check it out. As you can see, my app was successfully cloned. To delete this clone, you can always go back to the same section in your settings and tap on bin icon next to your clone. Then confirm your choice in the pop-up. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment and subscribe. Bye!
Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Motorola Moto G77 and let me share with you how to update the apps on this device. So first of all, make sure that you've got the internet connection because it is required, and I highly recommend using Wi-Fi instead of mobile data. And secondly, you have to make sure that you've got your Google account added to the device. You can do it using the settings, or you can do it directly after entering the Play Store. It's up to you. And now I can finally enter the Play Store. So this is what you will see after opening the Play Store. So just tap on the circle in the right upper corner, which is your account. Then let's go to Manage Apps and Device and tap on Updates Available. And as you can see right here, we've got the list of apps and that can be updated. And basically it's up to you what you'd like to do. So you can either update all and your device will download all of them, or simply go through the list, find the app that you'd like to update and tap on Update next to it. And now your device will download the updates, and after that they will be successfully installed and automatically updated. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up. Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Motorola Moto G77 and let me share with you how to check for the software updates on this device. So let's begin with opening the settings, and actually before we will proceed with the next steps, make sure that you've got the internet connection because it is required. And simply for checking for system updates, you can use Wi-Fi or mobile data. However, if you'll decide to download the update, I highly recommend switching to the Wi-Fi so we can avoid some additional charges. So now we are in the settings, and all we have to do is to scroll down and find the option which is called System Updates and tap on it. And here let's tap on Check for Updates, and now your device is checking for the updates, and you can meet two different scenarios. So this is the first one where your software is up to date and there's nothing to download and you're good to go. Simply tap on Got It and you're done. And the second one is where your device will actually find the update. It will show you the information about it, what has been fixed, what has been added, and then you will be able to tap on Download or Install and apply the update. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up.
In front of me is Motorola Moto G77, and today I would like to show you how you can open apps in split screen view. First of all, select an app you want to use in this view and launch it in the background. Then do exactly the same with a second one. With both of them opened in the background, go into Background Apps and decide which one you want to use at the top. Tap on the icon of it, select Split Screen and click on a second app. As you can see now, I can operate both at once. If you wish to go back from this mode, you can go back into the background and swipe it. Or you can use this line in the middle and drag one of your apps all the way down or all the way up. Then tap on Home button to close the remaining one. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! In front of me is Motorola Moto G77, and today I would like to show you how you can delete Google search bar from home screen. First of all, you need to hold your search bar and wait for remove section to show. When it does, drag your search bar on top of it, and when you see that it's see-through and the button glows, let go. As you can see, after a few seconds, my search bar was successfully deleted. Now, in case you wanna restore it, hold your display, tap on widgets at the bottom left corner, then scroll to find Google app, and once you do, click on it. Scroll again, hold Google search bar, place it on your screen, and let go. Then tap on home button. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! In front of me is Motorola Moto G77, and today I would like to show you how you can operate vibration settings. Start by opening Devices Settings and scrolling to tap on Sounds and Vibration. Then scroll to tap on this section called Vibration and Haptics. Now use this switcher next to Use Vibration and Haptics to switch them on or turn them off. And if you decided to enable them, tap on all of those switchers next to all of those features to enable or disable vibrations for them. When you finished, go back, tap on those two switchers, and this way enable or disable Always Show icon when in vibrate mode. And last but not least, charging sounds and vibration. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!
Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Motorola Moto G77, and let me share with you how to set the camera timer on this device. So let's begin with opening the camera app. And currently we are in the standard photo mode. So we can take a look at this option bar right here. And on the second position from the right, we've got the timer. As you can see here, we've got this crossed out icon. So let's simply tap on it. And in this device, we've got 3 options, so off, 10, and 3 seconds delay. So let me choose a 10 seconds delay, just tap on the specific option. As you can see, now the icon shows us that we've got the timer applied. So all we have to do is to tap on the shutter button, and from now on our device will count down from 10 or 3, depending on which option you've chosen, and after that time it will simply take a photo. Alright, so this is how it works, and if you'd like to turn off the timer, just tap on this icon and tap on this crossed out one. And from now on our device will take photos right after touching the shutter button. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up.
In front of me is Motorola Moto G77, and today I would like to show you how you can add photos to text message. By launching Messages app and selecting or creating a chat. Now to take a photo and add it within Messages app, use this icon of a camera and a photo at the bottom right corner. Operate camera section at the top and snap a picture. It will be automatically attached to your message, so all you need to do is send it. If you want to pick already existing photos, tap on the same icon, but this time hold this line and drag it up. Then tap on all of your pictures you wanna send and hit done at the bottom right corner. Then send them right away. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment and subscribe. Bye!
Hi everyone, in front of me I've got a Motorola Moto G77 and let me share with you how to allow unknown sources on this device. So let's begin with opening the settings, and here we have to scroll and find the apps. Then let's scroll down to the very bottom and find Special App Access. And here scroll down again and find the option Install Unknown Apps. So right here we've got the apps which are allowed or not allowed to install some content, and of course we can change it. So let's pretend I'd like to download something from a browser, I mean from a website, not from regular Google Play Store. So just tap on the Chrome in my case and tap on the switcher next to Allow from the source. After getting back, you can see that the Chrome is now allowed to install some content. And be aware, because you're doing it on your own responsibility, some third-party apps aren't verified by the developer, so you may put your data and actually whole device at risk. So remember about that and choose the apps wisely. Of course, you can always remove previously granted permissions. Just tap on the app and tap on the switcher again, and the Chrome is now not allowed to install anything. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up.
In front of me is Motorola Moto G77, and today I would like to show you how you can enable suggestion strip at the top of your keyboard. If you don't have a suggestion strip, go into Settings and scroll down to tap on this section called System. Then select Keyboard, On-Screen Keyboard, and Gboard. Now it's time to click on Corrections and Suggestions and scroll to tap on this switcher next to Suggestion Strip to activate it. When your switcher turns green, go back to check out your keyboard. As you can see, Suggestion Strip is now visible. Quick tip, thanks to it, by tapping on gear icon, you can get transferred to the same section in your settings right away. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment and subscribe. Bye!
Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Motorola Moto G77 and let me share with you how to clear the browser on this device. So first of all, we have to open the browser. In my case, it will be Google Chrome, but no worries, this operation is pretty similar in all of the browsers which are commonly used, so I'm pretty sure that you will be able to figure out how to do it on your own browser. So let me open it. And now we have to tap on the three dots icon in the right upper corner. Then tap on Delete Browsing Data. And here we've got some basic options like visited websites, opened tabs, cookies cache, and other site data. Here we can change the time range from last 15 minutes to, for example, last 4 weeks or even all time. And then simply tap on Delete Data. However, if you'd like to remove some advanced browsing history, just tap on More Options, and here we've got them. So we've got saved passwords, autofill from data, and site settings. So if you'd like to remove something, make sure that it is marked. I will remove everything. Here the time range from last 15 minutes to all time, or whatever option you'd like to use, and then tap on Delete Data. And now we just got back to the home page. Here we've got this information, which means that we just successfully removed browsing history. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up.
In front of me is Motorola Moto G77, and today I would like to show you how you can turn on or turn off location. Begin by going into Tab menu. To do that, swipe down from the top right corner of your screen twice. Now look for Location shortcut. If you don't have it here, use this bin at the bottom right corner of this section. Then scroll. Hold your shortcut and drag it wherever you wish. Let go and go back. But I have mine here, so I have to click on it. And as you can see, mine is black. That means that location is off, but you can always switch it on by tapping on the same one until it's blue. Quick tip, you can also go into settings and scroll to tap on location over here. Then manage it thanks to this switcher to switch it off or turn it on. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment and subscribe. Bye! In front of me is Motorola Moto G77 and today I would like to show you how you can turn on or turn off app notifications. First of all, go into settings. Then tap on notifications here and use app notifications section at the top. This way you will see all of your apps. Before doing anything, choose most recent and sort them by most recent notifications, most frequent notifications, all apps I just mentioned, or apps with notifications already disabled. Wherever you decided, when you're ready, click on green switches to disable notifications, or gray ones to switch them back on. Quick tip, if you want to, you can tap on any app on the left, and this way not only turn off or switch on notifications here, but also operate all of those notification settings for chosen app. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment and subscribe. Bye!
Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Motorola Moto G77 and let me share with you how to activate automatic software updates on this device. So let's begin with opening the settings, and here we have to scroll down and find the option System Updates. Then let's localize the option Smart Updates and tap on it, and to actually turn it on we have to tap on this switcher at the top. Now we can customize it. So basically the whole idea of smart updates is that your device will automatically check for the updates and then automatically download them. So here you can change start time. You can choose something from the presets, or you can custom time and choose your start or the end time. Basically, it means that your device will download the updates, for example, between 1 and 3 a.m. So at night when we are usually sleeping and we don't really use our device, so it will have a time to update itself. Here we've got also advanced options, and you can apply it to all software updates. Simply tap on this switcher. So as you can see now, the smart updates are turned on, which means that we just successfully turned on automatic software updates. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up.
In front of me is Motorola Moto G77 and today I would like to show you how you can turn on or turn off autocorrection. First of all, go into settings and scroll to click on this section called System. When you're ready, select Keyboard, On-Screen Keyboard, and Gboard. Now tap on this section called Corrections and Suggestions, and last but not least, use this switcher next to autocorrection. Thanks to it, you can switch it off or turn it on. Quick tip, if you decided you do want to use it, tap on it on the left, and decide if you want to enable or disable this option called Undo Autocorrect on Backspace. Personally, I think it's making using autocorrection better, but if you won't like it, you already know where to switch it off. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! In front of me is Motorola Moto G77, and today I would like to show you how you can set up Face Unlock. First of all, go into Settings and scroll to tap on this section called Security and Privacy. Then scroll again, this time to tap on Device Unlock. And then tap on Face and Fingerprint Unlock section available here. Now enter your screen lock. Click on Face Unlock here and choose Setup at the bottom right corner. Finally, hit Next, keep your face in frame and follow all of the instructions from your screen. Tap on Done and then go back. So now when I switch off my screen, turn it back on and look at it, I can see that Face Unlock is working properly. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! In front of me is Motorola Moto G77, and today I would like to show you how you can select and delete multiple photos at once. First of all, you need to find and open Photos app. Now, to delete your photos from Photos section, click on it at the bottom left corner and hold one you wish to get rid of. Then to select multiple, use those icons at the top right corners. As you can see, I have only one in today's section, but I'm sure you have more of those sections, which means more of those buttons. Either way, to tap on any photo you wish to keep, aim at this checkmark at the top right corner. Then to get rid of the rest, use the Delete button at the bottom and confirm your choice in the pop-up. If you wish to delete them from collections, do exactly the same. The only difference is the Delete button is now located at the top right corner. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!
Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Motorola Moto G77 and let me share with you how to change the wallpaper on this device. So let's begin with opening the settings, and here we have to scroll and find the option Personalize. Here let's tap on this wallpaper section. And as you can see here, we've got the preview of the lock screen and the home screen. And under it, we've got the list of albums from which we can choose the wallpaper from. So we've got our own photos. We can choose something from dynamic options, which are animated or curated images. After tapping on curated images, we have to tap on more wallpapers right here, and we will be transferred to the options that are pre-installed. So you can choose something from those pretty albums, but I will pick something from the curated wallpapers. So from dynamic wallpapers. So let me go back and tap on dynamic. So here, let's simply choose the wallpaper. Let me pick this one. So first of all, we have to download it. So make sure that you've got the internet connection, and as you can see, it has been downloaded. So now let's simply tap on it, and here tap on Set Wallpaper. Now you can decide where you want to set it, so as a home screen, lock screen, or both, and I'll choose both options. So let me tap on it, Now we can go back, and as you can see, the wallpaper has been played successfully. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up.
In front of me is Motorola Moto G77, and today I would like to show you how you can check all specifications of this Motorola. First of all, open Play Store and download free app called DevCheck Device and System Info from Flar to Developer. When it's ready, launch it. Not sponsored, by the way. Then, thanks to it, you can learn all the information about your device's dashboard, hardware, system, battery, network, apps, camera, and sensors. Quick tip, if you want to, you can go into dashboard and tap on all of those sections, not only to learn all the information here, but also because when you click on settings at the bottom right corner of each pop-up, you will get transferred to this place in your settings right away. It also works when you click on those gears at the top right corners. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!
Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Motorola Moto G77, and let me share with you how to change date and time on this device. So let's begin with opening the settings, and here we have to scroll and find the options system. Then let's tap on date and time. And here we've got some options which are currently inactive. It is because we are using the automatic date, time, and the time zone. So first of all, we have to turn off all of those switchers here, and then let's tap on date and choose the date from the calendar. Just tap on the day and confirm it by tapping on OK. The same situation with the time, so just tap on it, and from the clock you can choose the hour and minutes and tap on OK to confirm. Here the time zone, just tap on the time zone, tap on region, and here you can choose from available options. So find yours and then tap on it, and it will be immediately set. Here you can also change the time format, and this is the only format that you can change. We cannot, for example, change the date format. We cannot switch days and months. So to use the 24-hour format, simply tap on the switcher to turn on this option and tap on it again to use 12-hour format. So this is how the customization of date and time works. And if you'd like to come back to previous options, so the automatic options, just tap on those two switchers right here. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up.
In front of me is Motorola Moto G77, and today I would like to show you how you can open apps in pop-up view. By selecting an app you want to use in this view and accessing it in the background, like that. Now you can either click on this icon at the bottom in the middle, or tap on the icon of an app at the top and select Freeform from the pop-up. Wherever you decided, after a few seconds you can use your app in this little window. To move it around, hold this line at the top and drag it. To scale it, hold one of its bottom corners and drag it as well. To use it in full screen view, hold the same corner, bottom left or bottom right one, drag it all the way down, and when you see this white area, let go. If you wish to, you can close your window by tapping on this line you are using to move it around. This way you will see close option. But thanks to the same pop-up, you can also minimize your app. Then tap on the bubble to access it. and even tap on full screen to access it in full screen view this way. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! In front of me is Motorola Moto G77, and today I would like to show you how you can operate apps permissions. First of all, go into Settings and scroll to click on this section called Security and Privacy. Now scroll all the way down to click on Privacy Controls and click on Permission Manager. Following that, select any feature you want to manage, like for example camera, then pick one of your apps under one of those categories. In case of camera, allowed all the time, allowed only while in use, or not allowed. Let's go with Booking.com from not allowed one. And from here you have two options. You can either click on one of those options here, allow only while using, ask every time, or don't allow. Then go back to see that your changes were successfully applied. Or you can tap on See All Permissions at the bottom and manage all of those, including the one you wanted to, from here. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!
Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Motorola Moto G77, and let me share with you how to change the system language on this device. So let's begin with opening the settings, and here we have to scroll and find the system. Then let's go to language and region, and here tap on system languages. So as you can see, here we've got the list of languages which are currently kind of applied to the system. So if you've got the language that you'd like to set right here, all you have to do is to tap on it and hold it, and then drag it to the first position. Your device will ask you whether you really want to do it, so just tap on change, so the right option. And as you can see, from now on, we've got our new language applied. If you do not have the language here, no worries, just tap on this plus icon. And as you can see, we will be transferred to the full list of available languages from which we can choose. So all you have to do is to find your language and tap on it. I'll pick this one. You can also choose the region, so just tap on it. And as you can see, our new language will be immediately applied to the list, but the Spanish is still a main one. So to change it, just tap on it and hold it and drag it to the first position. Again, tap on this option on the right, and from now on, we've got Turkish applied. Let me quickly change it to English. Alright, and if you'd like to remove the languages from this list, just tap on the three dots icon in the right upper corner and tap on Remove. Mark the languages and tap on the trash bin icon. Tap on Remove, and here we've got only one language applied. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up.
In front of me is Motorola Moto G77, and today I would like to show you how you can set up screen lock. First, go into Settings. Then scroll to tap on this section called Security and Privacy. And when you're ready, scroll again to tap on Device Unlock. Now tap on Screen Lock and select one of those login methods, pattern, PIN, or password. After tapping on the best one for you, create it. And if you made a mistake, just hit clear at the bottom left corner and redo it. Then choose Next at the bottom right one. Repeat it to confirm it. hit Confirm and choose Done. Now you can pick one of those options to decide what you wish to do with lock screen notifications. Show all notifications on lock screen, show sensitive content only when unlocked, or don't show notifications at all. Whatever you decided, when you finished, hit Done. So now, when I switch off my screen, turn it back on and swipe up, icon-stat pattern is required. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye! In front of me is Motorola Moto G77, and today I would like to show you how you can turn on and use voice typing. Begin by launching your keyboard and tapping on this gear at the top of it. Then select voice typing here and make sure this switcher is blue, or in this case green. When you're ready, come back to your keyboard and tap on this icon of a microphone at the top right corner. Select while using the app in the pop-up and start typing. As you can see, voice typing is on. If you wanna stop, you can pause or use the same microphone. Quick tip, you can also turn on voice typing and then use tiny icon that will appear on the left of it. This one. Hit Next, select Done and enjoy using voice typing from this toolbar. To delete text on the go, use this button with an X. To access some available options, click on those three lines on the left. To move your toolbar, just hold it, drag it, and let go. To go back to standard keyboard, use keyboard icon, also on the left. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!
Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Motorola Moto G77, and let me share with you how to change the keyboard language on this device. So let's begin with opening the app that will provide you with the keyboard. So for example, messages, notes, browser, settings, whatever, just have the keyboard on the screen. And now all we have to do is to tap on the settings icon in the upper panel. Then let's go to languages, which are at the top, and tap on Add Keyboard. So here we've been transferred to the full list of available keyboards from which we can choose. So basically all we have to do is to scroll and find our language. So let me maybe pick this one, maybe this one. All right, and as you can see here, we've got the keyboard layouts, and basically the number of keyboard layouts depends strongly on the specific language. Sometimes you will have only one, just like in this case, and sometimes you will have up to 7 or 10 different keyboard layouts. So all you have to do is to just mark the option that you like to use and tap on Done. Now let's go back to the keyboard, because we've just successfully added our new language, and I wanted to show you how to behave when you've got 2 or more languages added. Before I'll show you how to remove the language. So here we've got an additional key which is called language key, thanks to which we can switch between the languages. Now I've got English, and after tapping on the globe icon we can switch to the other language. So this is how it works. If you'd like to remove the language, simply tap on the settings again, go to languages at the top, and here tap on Edit in the right upper corner. Then mark the language that you'd like to delete and tap on Remove. And as you can see, we've got only one language applied. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up. Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Motorola Moto G77, and let me share with you how to change the ringtone on this device. So let's begin with opening the settings, And here we have to scroll and find sound and vibration. Then let's scroll down and find this section, ringtone and sounds. So as you can see here, we've got our phone ringtone divided between two different SIM cards, the regular one and eSIM. So let me show you how to change it for the first one, I mean the regular ringtone, sorry, regular SIM, but it doesn't really matter, it works the same. So let me just tap on it, and as you can see now we've got this pop-out window with pre-installed ringtones from which we can choose. At the top we've got the option None, which means that after choosing it, your device will not use any kind of sound to notify about the incoming call. And on the other hand, at the very bottom, we've got the option Add Ringtone, which means that we can enter our own files. So if you've got something, for example, downloaded or recorded, it should appear somewhere here, but I'm not really sure why we need to complete this action using the settings. Oh, so we just have to choose it, and then we will be transferred to our own files, so no worries, everything is all right. So if you'd like to listen how the particular ringtone sounds, you have to simply tap on it. So for example, this one. And now you can check whether you like it or not. So let's pretend I'd like to have the simple one as my ringtone, so just make sure that it is marked and tap on OK. And as you can see, it is immediately notified right here, which means that from now on our device will use the chosen ringtone to notify us about the incoming call. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up. Hi everyone, in front of me I've got a Motorola Moto G77, and let me share with you how to block a number on this device. So we will start with blocking the number that is currently saved on our contact list, and after that I'll show you how to enter the blacklist and block the number manually. So let's start with opening the dialer, and then tap on the three bars icon here and tap on your contacts. Now we can find the contact that we would like to block and tap on it. And now scroll down to find the option block numbers and tap. Your device will inform you that you will no longer receive any incoming calls or text messages from this number, so just tap on block if you're ready. And as you can see right here, we've got this characteristic icon, thanks to which we know that the number has been blocked successfully. Of course, you can also unblock it the same way right here just by using this option, but let me leave it like this. We'll check whether it will appear on the blacklist. So to enter the blacklist, we have to go back to this home section, tap on the three bars icon again and go to the settings. Right here we've got this general section and tap on blocked numbers. And right here we've got our blacklist, and that's the number we blocked from our contacts. So as you can see, the previous option also works. We can tap on add a number and here enter the number manually. Tap on block and it will be immediately applied to the list. Moreover, at the top we've got the option block unknown callers. You can turn it on just by tapping on the switcher, and thanks to it your device will simply block the calls from all unidentified callers. You can also tap on the switcher to turn it off. And if you'd like to unblock the number, just tap on this X button right next to it and tap on unblock. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up.
In front of me is Motorola Moto G77, and today I would like to show you how you can connect it using Bluetooth. First of all, you need to open Settings and click on Connected Devices right away. Now choose Pair New Device and wait for available ones to show. When they do, click on the one you wanna connect to. Then click Pair and wait for the other device to accept your connection request, or if you are connecting to another smartphone or to a tablet, connect it manually on the second device. As you can see, my devices were successfully connected. To manage this connection, if you wish to connect to your paired device right now, click on it on the left. If you want to manage some other options, you can click on gear icon right next to it on the right and check out all of those. You can manage those two switches, change name of your part device, connect to it from here or forget it. If you decided to tap on forget, confirm your choice in the pop-up. You can always reconnect to it the same way as before. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment and subscribe. Bye! In front of me is Motorola Moto G77 and today I would like to show you how you can turn on and use Keyboard Clipboard. First of all, you need to launch your keyboard and tap on Clipboard at the top of it. If you can't see it, use this icon at the top left corner and tap on it here. Now to activate it, use this switcher at the top right corner and go back. If you see any text here, it's probably the last thing you copied within an hour. Either way, to add anything to Clipboard, just copy or cut any text. Then paste it instantly by clicking on it at the top of your keyboard, or paste it later on by tapping on Clipboard and tapping on it here. If you wish to paste it after an hour, you need to pin it or it will disappear. To do that, hold it and use pin icon. You can unpin it the same way. If you wanna delete it, you can swipe it to the right, swipe it to the left, or hold it and use delete button. You can also use this pen at the top right corner, tap on whatever you wish from Clipboard and use bin icon or pin icon to manage it. Last but not least, to disable Clipboard completely, use the same switcher as before. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment and subscribe. Bye! In front of me is Motorola Moto G77 and today I would like to show you how you can change this device's theme. All you need to do is hold your screen and wait for this pop-up to show. When it does, tap on one of those themes and wait. Then hit save and wait again. As you can see, after a few seconds, my theme has changed. If you want to, you can always go into settings as well. Scroll a tiny bit to choose personalize and tap on themes at the top right corner. Then tap on one of those to apply the best one, or use this plus at the top right corner to adjust your own. Click on one of your wallpapers, select font style, color theme, icon shape, and name it at the top. Then hit save at the bottom and wait. Your new theme will be automatically applied. If you want to go back to default one, click on default here. To edit or get rid of one of your custom ones, operate two options at the top right corner of it. This pen to edit whatever you wish, then hit save, or this bin to get rid of it, then confirm your choice in the pop-up. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment and subscribe. Bye!
Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Motorola Moto G77 and let me share with you how to add the fingerprint to this device. So let's begin with opening the settings. And here we have to scroll down and find the option Security and Privacy. Then let's go to Device Unlock and tap on Face and Fingerprint Unlock. So confirm everything with your screen lock. And now let's tap on Fingerprint. So here let's tap on Setup. And as you can see, here we've got our fingerprint sensor, and all we have to do is to put our finger on it. And now we have to do it multiple times in order to add the fingerprint fully. So try to catch every part of it for better recognition. Okay, so I've got the information that I need to clean it. So let me do it. Let's try again. All right, so as you can see, it might take a while, especially with cleaning between adding specific parts of your fingerprint. So just be patient. And as you can see, ignore the information that you can see on the screen. Okay, finally, we just added the fingerprint, so just tap on Done. And this is the fingerprint we just added. We can rename it or remove it. We can add another fingerprint. And here we've got the animation style, so if you prefer to kind of customize it, you can do it just by tapping on the specific option. All right, so now all we have to do is to lock the device and check if it is working. So we cannot really see the sensor on the black screen, I mean on the locked screen. So let me just tap on it, and as you can see here, we've got our sensor. So let me put my finger on it, and as you can see, the device is unblocked, and it means that we just successfully added the fingerprint. All right, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up. Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Motorola Moto G77, and let me share with you how to enable the night light or a comfort mode. So let's start with the customization of this mode, and after that I'll show you much faster access to this feature. So let's begin with opening the settings, and here we have to scroll and find the display. Then let's scroll and find the night light, and let me quickly turn off the schedule. So basically, to turn on this feature, we have to tap on this switcher, and now you can see that the screen turns a little bit yellowish or amber. It is in order to filter the blue light. What's more, it will be much easier for you to look at the screen at the dim light. So if you're a night owl, then I highly recommend to use this mode. You can tap on this option to customize it, and right here we've got this intensity switcher. By going to the left we can make it cooler, and by going to the right, warmer. We can also schedule that feature. So the none option is manual option. We have to manually turn it on and off. We can also turn it on at custom time, so we can freely choose the start and the end time using this clock, and of course the device will apply the mode accordingly. Or you can turn it on from sunset to sunrise, and here your device will automatically decide when the sunsets and sunrises are. It is location based, so of course it's up to you which option you prefer. And that was the whole customization of this feature. And if you'd like to have much faster access to this option, simply unroll the top bar. Let's unroll it fully, and as you can see here, we've got our control center. So all we have to do is to try to find the night light option, which is right here in my case. So just tap on it to turn it on, and tap on it again to turn it off. If you cannot find the night light here, no worries, just tap on this edit icon. And here, let's scroll to the second section where you've got the toggles that are hidden. Just find your night light. Let's say that the night light is right here. Tap on it and hold it, and then drag it to this first section to apply it. All right, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up.
Welcome. In front of me is a Motorola Moto G77, and today I will show you how you can format your SD card. So, to get started, you will want to swipe down from the top of your screen twice, and we can find easily the settings right here. In settings, you want to navigate down to storage, and then in the drop-down menu right over here, click on it and select your SD card. For me, it's labeled as Samsung SD card, but in your case it could say portable storage, just SD card, or Android storage, something along those lines. Whatever it says other than this device, that's going to be always your SD card. Now, once this is selected, all you will need to do is click right here on these three dots and then select Format. This will get you a quick message, Format SD card for portable storage, which is going to select Format. It gets you also another message. Disregard the first pop-up, as it tells me that the card needs to be formatted. It doesn't. As is right now, it works just fine. But the message below matters. Formatting will erase existing content on the SD card. To avoid losing content, back it up to another SD card or device. So if you store anything on that card that you'd like to maintain, make a backup copy of it before you actually format it, as this will delete everything that is on it. So we're going to click on Format, and this will go through an automatic process, which only takes about this much. There we go. And you can click on Done. The card is formatted now and ready to be used again. You can see it's right now labeled as external, but it is that SD card. Anyway, it just changed the name for some reason. When phones formatted, it changes the name of that card for some reason. I don't know why. Usually I think when you plug it into your computer, it just sets it to that Samsung name, but it doesn't matter in terms of usability. So anyway, with that being said, I hope you found this very helpful. And if you did, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.
In front of me is Motorola Moto G77, and today I would like to show you how you can change and customize your keyboard's theme. Begin by launching your keyboard and tapping on this icon of a color palette at the top of it. Then you can scroll and click on those icons at the top right corners to see all available themes. When you find the best one for you, click on it. Manage keyboards thanks to this switcher to turn it off or switch it on, and hit Apply. As you can see, after a few seconds, my theme was successfully changed. If you want to, you can go back to the same section in your settings, and to get rid of your theme from here, click on it and tap on this bin at the top right corner. Then hit Yes. You can always download it in the future the same way. Now to customize it, you need to tap on this plus under My Themes. Tap on a photo you wanna apply as your new keyboard's background. Pinch it to scale, drag it to move, and hit Next. Adjust brightness by swiping left or right. Hit Done. Manage keyboards and tap on Apply. If you wish to edit this theme, you can do that by tapping on it here and using this pen. Then hit Save and tap on Apply. To delete it fully from your device, use this bin icon and confirm your choice in the pop-up. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!
Hello everybody, welcome back to HardReset.Info channel. In today's video, I'll show you how to set up fingerprint and face unlock on your Motorola Moto G77. So first, what you guys want to do is go over into the settings. And here in the settings, what we're going to do is we're going to go over to the, let me show you, we need to go over to the security and privacy. Here we got it. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go to device unlock, and first let me quickly set up the screen lock. This is very important that we have a pin for an example, or that we have anything here. After that, we will be able to set up the face and fingerprint unlock. So let's click here, let's enter the password that we have, and now we're going to start with the face unlock. What we're going to do here is we're going to click setup. and we can skip the lock screen or lift to unlock. This is totally fine by us. We can enable this or enable this. It's totally up to us. And after that, what you guys want to do is simply go over, click next, and we need to align our face right here. So you need to do this. Now let me quickly go here. And as you guys can see, we are done. We click got it, and face has been added. So let's see if it works. It instantly unlocked our device without any pin or anything. So that's how we know that it works. Let's go over and enter the pin again. Now we're going to add a fingerprint, and here we're going to click setup. We need to find the sensor. So the sensor is right here. We need to touch and lift whenever we feel a vibration. We need to let go, and remember to always place a different variation of your finger. So we need to keep on moving it, as you guys can see, just like I do. Sometimes we will get the notification that we already scanned this part of the finger, but it's totally normal. And as you guys can see, we almost got it covered. One more, and it's done. So let's test it out. I'm not looking at the screen, and let's go over, press, and it worked without any issues. So that's how you guys can easily do that. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, then leave a like, subscription, and a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Hi everyone, in front of me I've got a Motorola Moto G77, and let me share with you how to add or remove a Google account in this device. So let's begin with opening the settings, and here we have to scroll and find passwords, passkeys, and accounts. Before we will enter this section, make sure that you've got the internet connection because it is required. You can use Wi-Fi or mobile data, it's up to you. So let's enter passwords, passkeys, and accounts. And as you can see, this is our account that has been added to this device. So let me start everything with removing it. So just tap on it and tap on remove account. Tap on remove account again, tap on OK to confirm, and we have to confirm that with, for example, our screen lock. And as you can see, our device will immediately remove the account. And obviously in the same section, you can add new one. So just tap on add account and choose Google. Again, make sure that you've got the internet connection and confirm everything with your screen lock. So here in this step, you can either create a new account if you do not have your own yet, or simply type your email or phone. So let me do it and tap on next. And be patient because, as you can see, it might take a while for connecting to the server, etc. So here in this section, we have to enter our password. So simply do it and then tap on next. Okay, so right here I need to perform two-step verification, so just give me a second. Okay, so this is the next page where you have to decide who will be using this device, so just mark the option and then tap on next. Google Terms of Service and Privacy Policy, you can tap on them to learn more and tap on I agree after reading. So here we can decide whether we want to turn on the backup. I don't want to do it right now, so just let me tap on don't do it. Here we can decide whether we want to use biometrics to verify purchases, so just tap on accept. And again, the backup section, so we can decide whether we want to back up photos and videos and other device data. I don't want to do it. And as you can see, we just successfully added our Google account to this device. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up.
Hi, welcome to the Hard Reset channel. In this episode, I'll show you the ports and buttons of the Motorola Moto G77 phone. So let's start here with the back of the device. On the back, you'll find the main camera, which has 108 megapixels. There's also an 8 megapixel wide-angle camera here. As for these two components, up here at the top, of course, is the flashlight. Meanwhile, at the bottom, we have a more interesting component. This is the ambient light sensor, which is used to reduce or improve white balance. Thanks to this, we'll get better photos and better photo quality. Now that we've discussed the back, let's move on to the right edge of our phone. Here we have the volume up and down buttons, along with the power button for our device. You can also use these buttons to navigate in recovery mode, which is the recovery mode. With the volume up and down buttons, you select an option. Meanwhile, you'll use the power button to confirm your selection. Now let's move to the top. Up here at the top, you'll find a nice Dolby Atmos branding, and next to it there's a microphone. This little hole here is an auxiliary microphone, which is used for ambient noise reduction. On the left edge of our device, you'll find the SIM card slot. We can open it up. And take it out. And we can see that here we can insert a SIM card along with a micro SD card. We can't have two physical SIM cards, only a SIM card and a micro SD card. Let's put it back in. There we go. And now we have the bottom of the device left. Here in this spot where there are 3 rectangles is the phone's speaker. Next we can see the USB Type-C port. This is USB 2.0 and it supports charging up to 30 watts. Of course, the last little hole is also the microphone of our device. We can also move to the front of our phone, that is, the screen, where of course at the top above the camera is the earpiece for phone calls, and just below it, naturally, is the front camera, which has 32 megapixels. If this video was helpful to you, leave a thumbs up and subscribe. That's all from me, and I'll say goodbye now. Bye.
In front of me is Motorola Moto G77, and today I would like to show you how you can add audio or video file to text message. First of all, open Messages app and select or create a chat. Wherever you decided when you're ready to record a voice memo and add it, click on this icon at the bottom right corner. Then use this microphone to start recording and the same one to stop. You can tap on restart if you wish at any point to start over. You can also tap on attach right away to listen to your message here. If you don't want to do that, just tap on red button, listen to it first, make sure you don't want to restart it, and then hit attach. If you want to pick a file that's already on your device, use this plus at the bottom left corner, select Files, click on Files app, and choose just once or always. Now choose audio at the top to look for your file here. Look for it in one of those apps or tap on those 3 lines at the top left corner to locate it in one of those sources. Then tap on your file to attach it. Now, when it comes to video one, use this icon of a camera and a photo at the bottom right corner. Create your video at the top within Messages app, and when you stop recording, it will be automatically added. Or hold this line here below the shutter, drag it up, and pick already existing video from here. Once you're done, hit done at the bottom right corner and send it. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment and subscribe. Bye! In front of me is Motorola Moto G77, and today I would like to show you how you can add a password to Passwords Manager. You need to start by opening Devices Settings and scrolling to tap on this section called Passwords passkeys, and accounts. This way, you can choose Open under Google and hit Continue in Autofill with Google pop-up. Here, choose Google Password Manager. Now you can add any password you want by tapping on Add Password here. If you can't see this option, that means that you never added a password before. To add them manually, you need at least one, so to fix it, hit Settings at the bottom right corner. Make sure Offer to Save Passwords option is on, and go back here to Autofill with Google. Tap on Home button to leave it open in the background for later, and log in into any app or any website. After you tap on Login, you'll see this pop-up. Select Save at the bottom right corner and go back to Autofill with Google. This time when you click on Google Password Manager, you will see your added password and with it, Add Password option. Now tap on it and input all of those informations to add any other password you want. At the top, you can type in any website, or choose Select App and tap on a chosen one. Then enter your username, email or phone number, password, and even take some helpful notes. When you're ready, hit Save at the top right corner. As you can see, after a few seconds, my password was successfully added. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Bye!
Welcome. In front of me is a Motorola Moto G77, and today I will show you how you can insert SIM and SD card into this device. So to get started, you will want to grab a SIM ejector similar to this one, which will come provided with the device in the box. But I do want to warn you, typically you would be looking for some crappy looking one like this one, instead of some fancy looking one like this, which came provided with a budget phone, by the way. Now, if you can't find any of that, you don't need to worry. You could use something like a paper clip, straighten out one of the ends, and it should work just as well, as long as it doesn't have the plastic wrap around it. If it does, you can always cut it off, and at that point it should be good enough. So once you have either one of those, you can now pop out the tray. Now we will need to take case off of our device if you have one on. And the tray is located on the top left side of the device. So right here, as you can see. So grab your tool, put it in there. It sounded wrong. And then push it in. Still sounds wrong. Once you do, the tray pops out. And from here, you can just fully pull it out. And on the tray, you have space for one SIM card, and by the looks of it, one SD card. Double check it. Yep. So there is no dual SIM support, surprisingly. Okay, so you can place your SD card like so right here. This one stays on the tray. And actually, SIM card seems to be also staying on the tray. So you can see they're not falling out of the tray. So that's what you'd be looking for. Now, they're not like super secure in there, so keep that in mind. But once they're on the tray, laying flush, you can insert it back into your device. Now, the SD card is protruding just a little bit, so I'm going to give it a little bit of a push down and then push it all the way to. Anyway, once you insert the tray, cards should start working right away, hence why it's showing up with the SIM card pin. So I'm going to confirm that. And this will obviously unlock my SIM card. Now I need to also confirm my phone's pin. And there we go. Update preferred SIM card. No, I'm not going to do that. Obviously, in your case, you probably would want to. No, I don't even think you would be getting this if you're just inserting your first SIM card. Now, SD card is working as well, as you can see right here based on this notification. So everything is working just fine. Now, if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.
Hi everyone, in front of me I've got Motorola Moto G77, and let me share with you how to change the 3-button navigation into the gestures and gestures to 3-button navigation. So let's begin with opening the settings, and here we have to scroll and find the option gestures. Here we've got the system navigation at the top, so let's tap. And as you can see here, we've got 2 mentioned system navigation options. So first of all, let me switch to the 3-button navigation. Just tap on this option here. And now you can see that we've got the 3 buttons, so the back button, homepage, and recents. You can tap on this settings icon next to it, and you can change the button order, so you can reorder back button and the recents. So it's basically up to you which configuration is more comfortable for you. Moreover, here we've got the option circle to search, so you can decide whether you want to use it or not. Basically, circle to search allows you to tap and hold on the home button and then circle something which you'd like to search for. So let me show it to you quickly. Now we can, for example, circle this one, and our device will simply look for it in Google. Alright, so this is how to use the 3-button navigation, and if you'd like to set the gestures, just tap on gesture navigation at the top, and instead of the 3 buttons we've got this line which is responsible for some gestures. So you can also use it to circle to search, or you can turn it off, it's up to you. You can also enter the settings icon, and here you can go through a demo to learn how to use them. You can decide whether you want to swipe for assistant. Here we've got the back sensitivity, and we can set it on the lower or higher end. And to be honest, I highly recommend to get back to this option after a while of using the gestures, so you will be able to decide whether you need the sensitivity to be higher or lower. Here we can also hide the navigation bar if you'd like to. However, to be able to do that, we have to first of all turn off circle to search, which is right here. And now, as you can see, we can hide this line, so it's up to you which option you prefer. Alright, so in order to get back to the previous page, we have to swipe our finger from the side to the center and release the finger, if you can see this arrow. And the same situation from the left side, so as you can see, it works the same. If you'd like to get back directly to the home page, swipe your finger from the bottom to the center of your device, and make sure that this motion is quick and short, so something like that. And if you'd like to open the recents, repeat the gesture, so from the bottom to the center, but hold your finger somewhere here, like that. And here we've got the recents. Moreover, if you'd like to, you can also quickly change between apps just by swiping your finger at the very bottom from the left to the right, like that. And as you can see, you can quickly go between the apps. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up. Hi everyone, in front of me I've got a Motorola Moto G77, and let me share with you how to enable the Google backup on this device. So before we will start, make sure that you've got the internet connection because it is required. And simply for adding the Google account to your device, you can use Wi-Fi or mobile data. However, if you'll decide to actually backup the files, then I highly recommend switching to the Wi-Fi so you can avoid some additional charges. All right, so we've got the internet connection. Now we can go to the settings. Right here, we have to scroll down and go to System, right here, and then go to Backup. So as you can see, we will be automatically transferred to the Sign In section. Of course, if you've got your Google account added to the device, you will be able to simply choose it from the list. If not, we have to add it. So just tap on Add Account. Confirm everything with your screen lock, of course, and again, make sure that you've got the internet connection. So here in this step, we can create a new account if you do not have your own yet, or simply type your email or phone. So let me do it and tap on Next. And be patient because, as you can see, it might take a while to connect to the server. So here in this step, we have to enter our password. So simply do it and then tap on next. So I have to go through the two-step verification, so just give me a second. All right, so this is what you should see after entering your password. So you have to decide who will be using this device. So just mark the option and then tap on next. Here, Google Terms of Service and Privacy Policy, you can tap on them to learn more and tap on I agree after reading. All right, so here we can decide what kind of data we would like to backup, so photos and videos or other device data, or both. Of course, we can mark both. I think I'll pick only this one and tap on confirm. So as you can see, we just successfully added a Google account. Right now, everything is marked in this green color. If you'd like to, you can also go to the other device details, other device data, or photos and videos, depending on which option you've turned on. And here, check some further details regarding the account. So for example, how much space you've got left. You can manage the storage. So for example, remove some unnecessary files. And right here, we've got also backup details. So we can check what has already been backed up. And advanced settings. And to be honest, I highly recommend to keep this option turned off so we can avoid some charges. So to finish everything, simply tap on backup now. Let's enter your screen lock to confirm, and now your device is backing up the data. All right, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up. Hi everyone, in front of me I've got a Motorola Moto G77, and let me share with you how to add the photo to a contact in this device. So let's start with opening the dialer and find your contact list. So just tap on the three bars icon in the left upper corner and go to your contacts. Now let's scroll and find the contact that you'd like to edit and tap on it. So I'll pick, all right, maybe this one, or maybe not. Maybe this one. So just tap on it, and here tap on this edit icon in the right upper corner, so the pencil icon. Right here we've got something which is called picture or calling card, and I will focus on the picture as it is the contact photo. However, to be honest, I really highly recommend to set the calling card. You can use the same photo as in the picture, or you can use a completely different photo, so it will display whenever this person is calling you next to the picture, which is a really nice option. You can use the landscape, I don't know, from the place that you like, or whatever, just use your imagination, but I really think the calling card is quite nice. Let me quickly remove this photo, or maybe not, but basically I've got the photo right now, but if you do not have one, you will simply see the icon for the person or something like that. So just tap on it and we will be transferred to this section from which we can choose the photo from. So in the device photos, we can enter our own gallery or open the camera app and take a photo of someone who's right in front of us. Next to it, we've got Google Photos, and here we've got our backed up photo, so I'll just omit that. We've got Monogram, so after tapping on it, you can use one or two different letters, or same letters, obviously. You can change the background color. As you can see, there are a lot of options to choose from, and here we've got the fonts. Moreover, we can tap on emoji, and we can use emoji instead of the letters. You can also tap on it and choose something from the list. As you can see there are a lot of things to choose from. For example, this bunny. Again, you can change the background color, and here we've got the option monochrome, so you can either use emoji or icon like style option. All right, and here we've got also illustrations that are free of charge, and they are available online. So if you don't feel like using monogram, you are not you don't want to take a photo or whatever, you can simply choose something from those options. They're beautiful. So let me pick maybe something from those cats and dogs section. I saw this border collie, that was nice, but I cannot really see it anymore. That's okay. So I'll pick maybe this one. So just tap on the specific option. Here we've got the preset, so we can change the colors. Moreover, we can, here, by tapping on this option, we can zoom in or out the photo, or we can change the position of it, and thanks to it, we can decide what we will see after saving the whole contact, because this highlighted circle is responsible for it, and it works the same in our regular photos, for example, immediately taken or chosen from the gallery. So just tap on choose if you're ready, and tap on save in the right upper corner. And this is how our contact will look like. Of course, you will be able to see this photo on the contact list and, for example, during all incoming calls from that specific number. Alright, so that will be all. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button and leave the thumbs up.
Welcome. In front of me is a Motorola Moto G77, and today I will show you how we can boot this device into safe mode. So, in case you are having some kind of problems with your device that is preventing you from being able to use it correctly, maybe you created some kind of application that you're working on and is right now messing about your device, you can boot your phone into safe mode, which will allow you to manage that application without it interfering with, obviously, the device and your actions on that device. So to do so, you would basically have to hold, I believe it's power button or power and volume up. It looks like power volume up. Yep, there we go. And in here, once it brings up your boot options, you want to hold power off. As you can see, when you do, it brings up this window, reboot to safe mode, with a quick message. Do you want to reboot into safe mode? This will disable all third-party applications you have installed. They will be restored when you reboot again. So we're just going to click on OK and wait for the device to boot back up. Okay, now as you can see, we're back in Android booted up, and let me just unlock it. You can see also we have this watermarking letting us know that we're in desired mode. Now when it boots up, you can see widgets will not work in here, and applications that don't work will look like this. They will be semi-transparent, and even if you try to open them up, you get a pop-up that apps are disabled in safe mode. So from here I can manage them by just, for instance, removing them by uninstalling them like so, or you can go into settings and then applications here and find them in all apps and then manage them from here. So once you're done using the safe mode and you want to go back to the normal one, we can now reboot the device. So let's find our power button again, and we're just going to select this time around reset. And as you can see, we're now back in Android without the safe mode anymore. But there is one last thing that you want to do when you boot up back into normal mode after entering safe mode, which is disable the airplane mode. It gets enabled by default when you enter safe mode, and when you leave it, it doesn't disable it automatically, so you need to find it somewhere in here and get rid of it. It might not be added by default, so if you can't find it in this list, by swiping down from the top of your screen, click on the edit button, which is the pencil there, and then scroll down to this kind of gray background area and find it somewhere in here. And I think you can, okay, you can't turn it off from here, so you need to grab it by holding it, drag it above that gray area list, drop it, and now you should have access to it. So when you find it here, simply tap on it, and there you go. It's now off, which means that you will now connect to your Wi-Fi, mobile data, and so on. So with that being said, I hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Welcome. In front of me is a Motorola Moto G77, and today I will show you how you can enable and set up your Do Not Disturb mode. So, to get started, you will want to swipe down from the top of your screen, which will bring down your toggles, and swipe down again to extend the list of visible toggles. Now, somewhere in here, you should be able to find your Do Not Disturb mode. I will warn you though, it's actually not labeled as Do Not Disturb mode, and you can look for it. Oops, sorry, I just misclicked on something. I'm printing on screenshot. So you can see there's no Do Not Disturb mode anywhere, as the mode is here called Modes, but it does have the icon of a Do Not Disturb mode. Now, if you can't find this Modes button anywhere on any of the pages, you can most certainly add it by clicking right here on this pencil, and then scrolling down to this section where you have the gray background, and everything here in this on this gray background is a toggle that you can add. So let's say I just want to add the color inversion. Just going to hold it. The text right here, as you can see, changes, and now I can drag it above that text, drop it, and it will get added to the list. And it will stay in here. So with that in mind, find your Do Not Disturb mode now. You can click on the arrow right there, and then I'm going to hold Do Not Disturb mode. At least we want to do that first time around. Reason for that holding is it takes us to the settings, where you will be able to customize it. Now, even if you don't want to change anything, I would recommend navigating here just once, just so you can see how it is set. Because, hey, you might find something that you would like to change. Like, for instance, under people, the options who will be able to call you or message you when this mode is enabled, as you do have the option to tweak it. You don't need to block everyone or no one. You can go, for instance, and select under messages that only favorite contacts would be able to message you, contacts meaning all of them, priority one, or anyone or no one. So select whichever option you want, and for calls we have the same options: favorite, contacts, anyone, and no one. So again, you can choose whatever you want in here. So let's say I don't want anyone to be able to call me. Now, additionally, this doesn't actually fully block everyone from being able to reach you, as there is another option which I find very useful, which is the one right here: allow repeat callers. If someone calls you twice within a 15-minute period, they will basically bypass whatever you have selected right here. So normally, they wouldn't be able to reach me, but if they do that twice with this toggle, the call will go through. Which, for emergency purposes, I find this to be very useful. And emergencies, usually people spam call you till you pick up, so this would allow them to reach you. So now moving back to the main settings, you also have the options to change what kind of apps will be able to continue functioning normally when this mode is enabled, basically meaning spamming with notifications and stuff, alarms and other interruptions, as well as option to change how display settings for notifications and other things is acting. Now, one of the most important options in here that I find is the last one: duration for quick settings. This allows you to define what happens when you manually toggle on this mode. So by default, it is set to run indefinitely, meaning that when you turn it on, you will also need to remember to turn it off. If you forget about it, this mode just continues to run in the background. And obviously changes whatever you have selected right here. Now, I personally like to select it on the middle option, which is for specific amount of time, though I like to increase that time to something like 4 hours. Now, whenever I tap on this toggle manually, this mode will run every time for exactly 4 hours, at which point it's going to turn itself off. But on top of that, I can turn it off myself whenever I want to. So I don't need to wait for that exact 4 hours. I'll toggle it on now and a second later turn it off, and that's good. But if I forget about it, 4 hours later, the phone will turn it off for me. Now, alternatively, you can also choose the last option, Ask Every Time, which will give you these first two options every time when you click manually on the toggle. And I'm clarifying by saying manually because you can also set up a schedule. Though for this, we would need to go back. Okay, not here. Back into the main set. Let's navigate to Settings. And in Settings, you want to find Modes. And here, in Modes, you can create your own mode. Now, this is just kind of fancy way of saying create Do Not Disturb mode in a way. So we can select Custom. You can name it whatever you want, set whatever icon you want for it. Click on Done. And this allows you now to add a schedule. So we can set a start, end time, and day of the week that it will be running through. And with that enabled, just make sure that it is toggled on right here. And you don't need to do anything extra. Once 9 a.m. rolls around on Saturday and wait, no, that's all week long. Oh, it's after 5, that's why. So once 9:30 rolls around every single day of the week, this will turn on your Do Not Disturb mode till 5 p.m. and you wouldn't need to do literally anything. And again, you can also select separate options in here for apps and people as you want. And yeah, so this would be more automatic. But for people that do want to use this manually, just find it, hop on it, and there we go. Now you can also manually toggle on the custom one if you want to as well, as you don't need to rely strictly on that timer, but you can have different settings chosen for this mode, since different people could be able to call you maybe in that settings than the normal Do Not Disturb mode. Depending on how you set it up, you could have just kind of two different things happening, and you could be choosing between them. So anyway, once you're done, you can also just quickly turn it off by, as you can see, tapping on the toggle again. So with that being said, I hope you found this very helpful, and if you did, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Welcome. In front of me is a Motorola Moto G77, and today I'll show you how we can import contacts from your SIM card to the device. So, to get started, you will want to open up your standalone contacts application, which I believe is located in the Google folder. And there it is. Now contacts, first time around when you open it up, will bring up this pop-up right here, allow contacts to send you notifications. We're not going to be allowing that, as there's no reason why contacts as an application should be ever sending you any kind of notifications. It's not really the contacts that are in here that will be sending you a notification, it's the application itself. Now, I cannot imagine any kind of notification that this could be giving me, like what? Congratulations, you have successfully imported a contact. So that's why I don't recommend allowing it. Now, before I get with the import, I do want to quickly mention, you can see right here I have a bunch of contacts visible, and they're all primarily, I believe, on the Google account, and yep, that would be correct. As you can see, you can click right here where it says all contacts and display, and you see where the contacts are being pulled from. So most of mine, all of them, are actually from the account itself. Anyway, we're going to now navigate to Organize tab. Now, because I am signed into Google, this will look a little bit different than if you're not. So if you don't see your account anywhere at the very top, then this entire section from the account down to right here where it says trash will just not be visible here. You'll only have this visible. So anyway, look for this device option and select Manage SIM. Give it a moment. It will take sometimes a moment to load these contacts for some reason. There we go. As you can see, it took a moment. Now, I will be importing these contacts as a person that cares about privacy, security, and just despise Google in general. Now, I'll be also explaining why I do this and why I recommend doing that on your end as well. But I also want to add or crap on Google. So Google has the audacity to basically select itself as a default way to import your contacts. Now, this wouldn't be as bad if not for the fact that basically Google is trying to go behind someone's back and get their information without ever asking them for permission. Whatever contacts you store on your SIM card, that would typically, a SIM card can only store a name of a contact and the number itself, but that is already ample amount of information for Google to have access to, right? And on top of that, when you import that contact, you can add way more information to it, which inherently means that Google has access to it. Google isn't in business of giving you privacy. Google is in the business of selling your privacy. So by importing contacts of other people, you're giving away their personal information without their consent, and Google is basically circumventing consent by asking you for it. When you import it, it's fine. They didn't steal that information from a person that it belongs to. No. You did it. It's equivalent as though, you know what, I would tell you that you can go to Google and steal their entire database. You know what? And you go and steal it. And Google can do shit about it because, you know what? I was so graceful to give you consent to do this, even though it's not mine. But hey, I allowed you to, so Google can say shit about it. Now, if this sounds retarded, it's because it is. And the fact that they can do this is, well, retarded as well. But apparently, you know, giga corporations can do no wrong in US's eyes. So that's great. In any case, we're going to be clicking right here and selecting this device. Now, you can also see that these contacts went from being grayed out and deselected to now being all selected. Now, the reason for that is these contacts already exist on the Google account, and Google doesn't care to have the same contacts stored multiple times. They only want it once. And go screw yourself if you want to import them again. So that's one thing. I also want to add a little bit of a caveat. This might not be applied to you right now, but it could in the future. I started seeing a contacts application from Google which looks a little bit different. Now, instead of having this drop down right here like it is right now, you will instead get a pop-up at the bottom taking about this much space, which will basically have the option selected by default being the device and Google as a single option. Now, if you're signed into multiple accounts, they will all also be listed there, device and whatever other accounts you have, right? Each individually. Now, I find this even more disgusting as these absolute pieces of shit had the audacity to give you the More button. In a page that is taking about this much space on your screen, leaving about 2/3 of screen free, these cunts hide More, and the More option is just a single one that takes barely any more space than the actual More itself. And in that More space, you have device only. Now, I find this to be fucking disgusting because these fuckers are basically purposefully hiding the option away from you to try to bait you into basically uploading other people's information. It's such a rapey kind of thing to do that it just pisses me off. So, for all intents and purposes, you always want to select this device as, let's be honest, contacts that you're importing don't actually belong to you. These aren't your personal numbers. These are your friends, family's personal information. And if they want to be anonymous, if they want to spend energy to kind of make it so Google doesn't have their information, it should be their choice. And by you uploading it, you're basically taking it away from them. Now, one more thing that you will probably encounter, we'll see if it's going to be visible right here, when we click on import, which will import all selected contacts that you can also deselect if you don't want all of them. You might get, okay, we didn't get that here. But I also see this. I don't know what it's dependent on, but you will sometimes get, the moment you import contacts, a pop-up to delete the imported contacts from your SIM card to clear up storage on that card. Now, you obviously want to select keep, because this option just pisses me immensely off, because again, it's just another bullshit designed to make you reliant on Google and make you have no control over your own data, or, well, your friend's data in this case. So Google will basically try to delete these contacts because, oh, you have imported them to your device right now, so it's all fine, right? You don't need them. And then they're going to be, when you go to your contacts list, they're going to be pestering you like, whoa, you have unimported contacts. Would you like to import them? Because if anything would happen to your device, those contacts go away. Well, they wouldn't have if these dipshits didn't try to delete them from your SIM card. Now, to say that bluntly, there is no reason why you should delete your contacts from a SIM card. Your SIM card storage there is designed to only hold one type of storage or content, which would be the freaking contacts. If you clear it, you're not going to be storing anything else there, photos or anything. You're going to be only storing contacts. So you're moving contacts to store contacts. It's moronic. So obviously it's Google's way to try to make you dependent on them, as the moment you don't have a backup of your contacts that you used to have on a card that you could just swap in between devices, you'd be more reliant on them now. So that's why I say you want to keep them. They never get in your way. Now, once you import your contacts, they should be visible right in here somewhere. You can also click right here where it says all contacts again, and you can see now I have 3 contacts on the device, and I can just click and show them all. Now, going into one of these contacts and selecting to edit it, you can see that when you import it to the cloud, this is all the information, assuming you fill it out, that Google would have access to, which includes contact photo, cover photo, first, middle, last name, company name, multiple phone numbers if you want to add those, labels, notes, email addresses, birthday, place where they live, and other, which is even more information. So please just import it to your device. If you want to create a backup or move these contacts in between devices, you could always just create a VCF file as a backup, which you can then move through a SD card or anything like that. It won't be through the cloud. It will be done on your own storage between devices, which makes it much more secure, and you have full control over it, which is, in my opinion, the best way to have anything. So, with that being said, I hope you found this very helpful, and if you did, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Welcome. In front of me is a Motorola Moto G77, and today I will show you how you can capture a screenshot on this device. So, when you want to capture any kind of screenshot, first thing you'll need to do is open up your content that you will actually want to capture. Have it visible on your screen, and once it is, for me, I'm going to be capturing home screen, so it's already visible. So once your content is visible, simply press power button and volume down at the same time, like so. You get a sound along with the pop-up with a couple options like delete, share, edit, and what is this? Quick share. So that's a quick share. So you can see it's pretty easy to capture it. Now, I do want to warn you. You won't be able to capture a screenshot in every single application. Android has a feature, I think it's called Draw over other apps. Now, it doesn't matter what it's actually called, as it's not like you can do anything with it or even find it. But the function itself exists on Android, and what it does is prevents you from capturing screenshots or screen recordings in particular application of the application's choice. So if the app developer decided that they want to block this, that's it, it's blocked. And you can't do anything about it. Now, this feature is designed for privacy and security of the user, which is kind of ironic that developers have the option to do this. But with that being said, when it's being used correctly, it obviously is beneficial to you. One of the places where it is being used is in bank applications. Those obviously try to protect your money. So I would say it's pretty beneficial. And as a hypothetical situation, if you ever somehow got a virus on your device that is trying to use screenshots or record screen to try to see what kind of passwords you're using to access your bank, you could see how that would be detrimental to the security of your money generally. So because of that, it's being blocked. Now, typically, you probably would want to capture a screenshot in your bank to capture the confirmation of some kind of payment. But hey, you might not be able to capture a screenshot, but banks usually do give you the option to download a confirmation of a payment as a PDF file, which you can share that file. And as you can see, that is a work around it. It protects your device and you, and still gives you the option to achieve what you would probably want to achieve. Now, where it's being used nefariously, in my definition, I would say, is primarily with streaming platforms. So anything like Netflix, Apple TV, Amazon, Hulu, Spotify, and so on will basically be blocking your ability to capture screenshots or screen recordings. Now, I find this to be a bit of a breach of what they should be able to do, as this is never asked of me if I want to allow this to happen, if I want to protect. And this feature on my phone is designed to protect me, not the fucking corporations. If they want to be protected using my device, they can fucking pay for it. So, because they are not paying you and they're using you as a fucking way to get free protection from piracy by blocking your ability to capture anything in there, I will be showing you workarounds at places where you will be able to capture whatever the hell you want. Hey, if Netflix or Spotify wants to block it, I couldn't give two shits less. I'm gonna find you other ways to do this because you're in your goddamn right to do so. It's your device. It's your ability to do whatever the shit you want for it, as you paid for the entire phone. So no corporate piece of shit should be ever able to take that away from you. And if they are, you should feel no remorse by circumventing this. So, with that out of the way, I will be approaching this with the mindset of teach a man to fish, to feed you for life. Because if I were to give you a specific place where you can go and find all of this content, chances are by the time you're watching this video, that site no longer exists. So it's like giving you a rotten fish to eat for a day, and you wouldn't even be able to eat that day. So this is primarily because last time I was showing a specific website, it got taken down. And I don't know if this is just coincidence or if my videos kind of propagated this. So I don't want to basically have other people get cease and desist letters or court lawsuits or anything like that for basically distributing copyrighted content. So any kind of DMCA piece of shit watching this, screw you. And you can do your own due diligence if you want to send any kind of cease and desist letters to any of these people. So with that in mind, this is also going to help anyone watching this that is interested genuinely in this, because if any of these places get shut down in the future, let's be honest, the enshittification is so prominent nowadays that the alternatives to this that are free and better are popping up like cancer. One may be down, two more will pop up. It's like Hydra. So you can always find new ones, and teaching you how to find them will be the go-to option. So I'm going to go into the browser. This is basically the best place to do so. And you can see I already have it kind of searched for, as I did the same kind of thing for the screen recording as well. Now in here, you can see I used to show pstream.mov. This was a great site. I genuinely liked it. It worked fine. But because it's been taken down, it doesn't work anymore, obviously. But I don't have problem showing it now, as because it's taken down, it can be taken down again. It no longer exists. But the information associated with it and its existence still exists. So what we can do is search for alternatives of that. And obviously you want to disregard any AI overview garbage. This is rarely helpful. It's probably hallucinating half of the time, and it actually doesn't mention anything that is actually similar to what I'm looking for. Like, what the shit do you mean Plex is an alternative to this? I'm looking for a place where I can watch shit, not host my own stuff. this is nowhere near what I'm looking for. Now, can I get rid of this stupid shit? No, I can't. Of course I can't. So in any case, what you're actually looking for is Reddit. Now this one is aptly named r/piracy, which is just fine. And in here you can see we have a bunch of different links to different sites. So you can use those. Now this is just a very small snippet of different places that you could use. But by no means is this all of them. Depending on how you search for it, what the terms are of trying to find something, maybe you search for something like free Netflix or free versions of Netflix or alternatives to Netflix or anything like that, you will find different results. You primarily will be interested in Reddit and probably using something like free or a domain that already existed that was known to do that. So with that in mind, once you find some kind of Reddit thread that is giving you a nice list, you can obviously check out different sites that offer the same services and find the one that suits you the most. As they're not equal, some of them will have ads in them, some of them will have annoying ads, some of them will not. So find the one that works best for you. And once you do, you can basically use that till it gets shut down, and once it does, you can just find another one. And because you're going to now know how to look for this, the moment it gets shut down, you will know where to look or how to look. And I can tell you that there's a website that exists, which I'm not going to be saying where. This would be too easy for any kind of DMCA lawyers here. That has an entire list of sites, and there's over 20 of them in existence, at least on that just single site. So you can find probably what would suit you. And because it's going to be running your show or a movie that you want to capture a screenshot of, which you should be in your right to do so, because it's in a browser, you can capture anything in here and it won't get blacked, as the browser would need to black it, but the browser doesn't do that. Browser in itself doesn't black anything. And it's the application itself, not the domain that you're entering, that would need to be blocking it. So just to demonstrate it, I can capture my screenshot here. No problem. In any case, once you capture any kind of screenshot, you'll be able to find it by going into your Photos application, and in here, we're going to be navigating to Collections. And in Collections, you will want to select Screenshots. And you can see in here, I have already a couple of screenshots, which these are the two that I have captured on the video. This will be the easiest way to locate any kind of screenshot that I have captured. So anyway, with that being said, I hope you found this very helpful. And if you did, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Welcome. In front of me is a Motorola G77, and today I will show you how you can hard reset this device through settings. So, to get started, you probably will first want to back up your device. So I'm going to be quickly going over the backup methods process that you can take so you can preserve all your data that is stored right now on this device, as reset will just straight up delete everything. Now at this point there's multiple different ways you can do this. Probably the one that is the most common one, and the one that you probably are doing possibly unconsensually, because Google is just a rapey bunch that is trying to get your data no matter what. And if you say no, that's just a, no for now. We're going to get you one day, you're going to trip up by mistake, say yes, and we're just going to be there to, ram you straight in there, get all your information right away. And hey, you might be tripping up with giving us consent there by mistake, but we're not going to be giving you any kind of ways to stop it. So because of that, you probably have all your data already hoovered up by Google, even though you didn't want to. I sure as shit know that that has been me. Screw you, Google. But if you don't know, you can quickly check it. So we're going to go into settings, and in settings, you will want to navigate down to backup or copy data. And here we have backup data. And as you can see, this is going to be done through Google. So this is actually Google information right here. For some reason, there is no account listed, but whatever. But it tells me right here that the device is being backed up, at least with photos and videos, because I did by mistake click this piece of shit and automatically hoovered up that information, even though I tried to stop it. Not in time. Now, other information in here is the other device data, which includes things like contacts, call history, device settings, apps, app data, SMS, MMS messages. Now, this is actually a load of bullshit right here because it doesn't back up like half of the data right here. In terms of gigabytes, actually 90% of the data won't be backed up. To clarify this, just so you know what you're getting into, because this is the most common backup and it's also the shittiest one of them all. When you create a backup through Google, as this is what this is, you have limitations. Number one, photos and videos that we have right here, you're limited only to 15 gigabytes of it. That actually includes any kind of other things like call histories and anything like that. But you're limited to 15 gigabytes as this is the free tier of your Google Drive. That's what you get with your account. If you want more, you need to pay for it, which means that if you have more than 15 gigabytes of photos as a free user, they're not getting all backed up. So that's one thing. Number two, when it comes onto applications, and this one is a little bit more near and dear to my heart and just pisses me off, is the fact that applications aren't actually backed up. So saying that it's a backup is just a straight up lie. Now, to explain this, just so you know how this works and basically what you can look forward to or try to skip, prevent, I'll just give you a hypothetical situation that isn't so hypothetical. So let's say there's a little Timmy. Timmy has his phone. And Timmy downloaded from Play Store Yuzu emulator when it was still there, before Nintendo lawyers got to the Yuzu creator and basically sent him so many legal threats and letters that the dude would prefer probably to go to war with the US rather than fight the lawyers of Nintendo in court. So, little Timmy has downloaded that before that happened, so he has his Yuzu emulator on his phone. But now he's switching maybe to a new one. He got a newer, better phone, which is just great. But hey, Yuzu doesn't exist anymore on Play Store. Timmy doesn't know why that is, but hey, she shouldn't really care. He's backing up his application that is on his phone right now, and it's there. It's just straight up on his phone, right? So it's all good. He's just going to create a backup and restore it on another device, which would bring up his Yuzu emulator. Now, Google, when he creates that backup, would basically give a note to itself, hey, yo, Drive, this Timmy wants to back up Yuzu. Okay, cool. Write it down to save storage. Cool. This phone had Yuzu emulator. And that's about the extent of a backup of applications. Now, Timmy is bringing up his new phone. Timmy is now restoring data to it, like he thought that would be possible, as the idea of a backup is basically to restore the data that has been backed up, right? And once the restore is finished, he's checking for Yuzu because he wants to play that Nintendo emulated games, right? And, well, Yuzu is nowhere to be found. And the reason for that is because Google, when it was restoring, was kind of like going to this little note, reading it like, Google Drive, cool, Yuzu emulator. Okay, let's go to Play Store, check for Yuzu emulator. Nothing there. No Yuzu emulator. Oh well, too freaking bad. And basically what happens is Google pulls backup from their own Play Store. So if an application goes missing from a Play Store for whatever freaking reason, you're not getting it. Great. So as a backup, it's abhorrent. Now this is done to preserve storage, as you only have 15 gigabytes and applications themselves, when backed up, could freaking weigh hundreds of gigabytes. So this is done just as a way for Google to not need to carry so much data. But obviously as a backup, it's just a blatant lie. So instead of doing that, what you will want to do is copy data using Android Switch. So I presume this is Nokia's. Okay, that's interesting. Oh, I think I know. We also have a Nokia here at the company. I think it's using that. But in any case, this would try to copy apps and data of your choice. So I think this is just kind of generally what other devices have. I'm not necessarily sure. I haven't ever used this specific thing. But to give you other examples or other alternatives, most devices, maybe things like Samsung, maybe, but for a certain Samsung, Xiaomi, Huawei, Oppo, Realme, Vivo, OnePlus, they all have their own kind of application that they develop to allow you to move data from old device to their own. Now, this application only kind of allows you to move data to their brand and not from their brand. They're developing it to help you move, all of your stuff to their phone, not the other way around. That would be a kind of a stupid business choice and investment to develop such an application. So in case you have a new phone like Samsung, you need to download Samsung's version of this, as you're downloading, like I mentioned, a application on your old phone of the phone that you're moving the data to. So in case of Samsung, that is Smart Switch. In case of Huawei, that is going to be phone clone. Oppo, Realme, Vivo, OnePlus use clone phone, while Xiaomi uses Mi Mover. So those are some of the ones on top of my head. And depending on which phone brand you're moving to, you'd want to download that application on here. And that will be hands down one of the best ways you can migrate your data or even create a backup of it if you want to do it like that. And the fact that it's great, or the reason why it's great in my opinion, is that it allows you to physically move the applications from one device to another, regardless if they're existing on Play Store or not. This process doesn't care. It's on here on the storage of this phone, so it's getting moved. And additionally, photos, videos, and everything like that isn't limited to a specific arbitrary gigabyte number, like 15 gigabytes like Google gives you. So you don't need to worry about that. Only you will need to worry about is if the phone itself has enough space on it. So if you're moving, I don't know, half a terabyte of data from one phone to another that doesn't even have half a terabyte of storage, right? Obviously, that wouldn't be feasible. So, but if you have the same amount, like 256, you're good to go. That shouldn't be a problem. So anyway, with that being said, and your device being most certainly now backed up, we can move on. So to move on, we're going to navigate to our settings. And in the settings, you will want to go to System. And in System, you will want to select Reset Options. From here, select the last option, Erase All Data Factory Reset. And this will present you with the data that will be removed by this process. This is a little bit different, but it tells you that it's going to remove your Google account. It's just going to sign it out of this device, so you don't need to worry about that. System and app data and settings and the downloaded apps. And here's the account that will be removed. Now you can also format your SD card if you want to, if you have one in there. I do, but it doesn't really matter. That card is empty. But for SD card, it's up to you what you want to do with it. Anyway, we can now select Erase All Data. Now, if you have some kind of screen lock, you do need to confirm it. And I have a PIN. Once confirmed, it just gives me one last warning, Erase All Data. All of your personal information and downloaded apps will be deleted. You cannot undo this action. Cool. We have backed it up, so we can just click right here and begin the reset. Now, while it's resetting, I am going to just quickly remove the SIM card, as I don't want the pop-up for, putting a SIM pin again. And as you can see, the process is now finished and you can set up your device however you like. So, if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Welcome. In front of me is a Motorola Moto G77, and today I will show you how you can enable and set up your portable hotspot. So, to get started, you will want to swipe down from the top of your screen, note this once more to extend the list of visible toggles, and from here find your hotspot toggle. For me, it is located on the second page right over here. Now, if you don't see this toggle anywhere, you can actually add it by clicking on this pencil, which will be visible on every page, and scroll down to the grayer section. As you can see, there's like a background behind it, and anything here is a toggle that you can add. So let's just say I want to add the first one, ring mode. I'm going to hold it. You can see text right here changes, and I can drag it to the top, above this grayness, and when I drop it and go back, it's now permanently added. So from here, once you find your hotspot in here, first time around, I recommend holding it. This will quickly take you to the settings, and there's a couple of reasons to navigate in here. But the most important one will be the hotspot password, which is completely randomly generated. I will be just straight up removing it, as I do prefer a much simpler password for a hotspot. But just know, whatever password you will be using will need to have at least 8 characters in length. And as you can see, at the type of an 8th character, OK becomes available. Now you can use letters, numbers, both, it doesn't really matter. I chose numbers just for the simplicity. So that's one of the most important things. Now another thing in here that you can mess around with is the speed and compatibility. Never mind. We're not going to be messing around with that because the other one is grayed out because it's not available. Apparently this device doesn't support 5 GHz network in 2026. Okay. Anyway, moving on in this case. Next thing we have actually is the turn off hotspot automatically when no devices are connected. Now, this has a timer behind it, which isn't really mentioned right here. So just know this won't be happening like instantly. I think it's like on a 10, maybe 20-minute timer. But it's an option that I do recommend keeping on. As let's just say you were in a cafe, you whip out your laptop, you turn on your hotspot right here and connect that laptop to your phone so you can have network. The moment you're done using it, you will probably typically close that laptop, put it in your bag, and when you close it, it will go into sleep mode. By going into sleep mode, it will disconnect from your network. Now, I would say also, at least what I would do is also just grab my phone, put it straight in my pocket without ever thinking about it. And normally without this toggle, hotspot will run in the background indefinitely. And on top of that, when hotspot is enabled, it does consume more of your phone's battery. So this basically prevents that from happening. It's just a safety measure for your battery to last a little bit longer. I want to check one thing before I proceed any further. If I turn off airplane mode, does that change anything here? Oh, it actually does. Never mind. So I was wrong. I just noticed that I had airplane mode for some reason on. So you can see when I turn it off, actually the 5 GHz is available. So going back to this in this case, I want to quickly explain this. These two options have time and place. So I would say that for the most part, 2.4 will be sufficient enough for majority of the people. It's not the best, it's not the fastest, it's not the most reliable, but it literally works with every device that has any kind of Wi-Fi connectivity. If your 20-year-old laptop tells you that it has Wi-Fi, it connects to this, meaning 2.4. Same laptop that uses 2.4, if you enable 5 GHz, straight up just won't see any kind of network. So in this kind of aspect, as you can see, 2.4 is just more versatile and easier to use. But there are some limitations, and they are listed partially in here. So we have things like faster speed compatibility with some devices. Now there's actually more. So other than the speed, we have latency that also plays a factor right here. So how long it takes for the change to be registered. So as an example, in games, your action needs to travel to the server and back, that latency defines how fast that goes and comes back to you. So obviously, higher latencies basically make your actions be registered later, which in games that are fast-paced, this is very important. Normally for browsing, doesn't really have that much impact. Now, another thing is more devices could be connected to 5 GHz network at the same time. So generally, the 5 GHz network supports more devices in every kind of broad meaning of this, either connected to this hotspot, connected to a Wi-Fi router, or also devices just generally using 5 GHz connectivity. As an example, if you live in a densely populated area, you might experience that the 2.4 network has some kind of problems with connectivity. And that is typically to do with the fact that 2.4 is not as accommodating for just ample amounts of devices using this frequency, and they start to interfere with each other. And on top of that, it doesn't help that, for instance, a lot of different smart home devices, appliances like light bulbs and other things, do use the 2.4 gigahertz frequency, which even if they're not using Wi-Fi, they could interfere with it. So in the cases where you have interference, which I personally don't actually have ever experienced, so I have no idea what to look for, but I can only speculate that it would probably be dropping out your connection to your hotspot, possibly network problems where it just doesn't want to load things and stuff like that. If you experience such a thing and you have full reception and stuff, you could switch to 5 gigahertz, and this could potentially resolve your problems, as 5 gigahertz frequency is much more open. There is more space, so same amount of devices using also 5 gigahertz won't be interfering with one another. The frequency rate here is designed for just improvements in general over the 2.4, which one of those shortcomings was the interference. So other than that, the speed and latency, I would say, don't play that much of a role when it comes down to mobile network, as you're primarily going to be limited by your mobile service provider, which typically you don't get like hundreds of megabits per second internet speed on your phone from your provider. So automatically switching to 5 for that speed means absolutely nothing. You're probably not saturating 2.4 with your mobile network speed, meaning if you're not getting enough speed of internet speed from your provider, you're not going to be sending faster speed than you're receiving to share with, for instance, your laptop. So that speed kind of falls apart here as an upgrade for mobile hotspot. Latency, again, you're probably not going to be playing games over your hotspot. If you are, then that could be potentially a thing that you could explore. Another thing, devices connected at the given moment. Again, you're not running a freaking server of your phone, so that doesn't really have much impact on you. So the only thing here is the speed, which is primarily bottlenecked by your mobile hotspot anyway. So I'll be sticking with the 2.4, but at least you know what to do later on if you ever have some kind of problems, or you planning to maybe play games and you're using your phone as a hotspot for your laptop to play games on that. So once everything is set up, as you've seen, all you need to do is just close this up and then find your toggle and simply tap on it. And this will turn it on. Now, one thing to check. Yep, that is the case right here. So you can see when I have my hotspot enabled, Wi-Fi is off. Now I haven't turned it off. If I go back, turn off hotspot, you can see that Wi-Fi re-enables itself. Reason for that is this phone uses the same antennas to do both. So it can only do one task at a time. So if you turn on hotspot, it will disable Wi-Fi. And if you turn off your hotspot, Wi-Fi gets re-enabled, or it goes back to what it was before like. But because you're limited in terms of antennas, you can only do either hotspot or Wi-Fi, not both at the same time. So that will be an important task or distinction right here, which also means that any kind of hotspot sharing done through your phone is strictly going only through your mobile connection. So other devices, just to give you a little heads up, other devices that have more antennas, that don't turn off your Wi-Fi, could potentially use Wi-Fi as a hotspot signal. For instance, Samsung does that. Even when you have your mobile network and Wi-Fi and you turn on hotspot, it actually prioritizes Wi-Fi first. If you only turn it off, it then prioritizes your mobile. Now, because here Wi-Fi gets just straight up turned off, you're always going to be prioritizing mobile network, and this has a effect because if we go into settings, not connected device, network and internet, your mobile service plan probably has some kind of data cap limit per month. That, at least where I'm from, that is normal. And you have to like go to a specific provider to basically have unlimited, and that is also going to cost you more. At least that is where I'm from. Where you're from, or maybe into the future when you're watching this, this could be completely different, but right now that's the reality. So with that in mind, for me in my country, when I would get to that data cap limit that my provider gives me per month, they just basically cut off my connection. Not really, they give me literally like 1 kilobit per second, which is equivalent of just not having internet anyway. Now that is important because in my case, once I surpass that limit, it just gets turned off and that's about it. But number one, you could potentially obviously limit it so you're never left with almost no internet at all. And you can do so by selecting under mobile data some kind of limit of data usage. So we have data saver, which could actually, I don't think you can actually use this with hotspot, unfortunately. For phone usage, it could be great as it lowers the resolution of images loaded on websites to preserve your data in general. But on top of that, we have data warnings and limits right here. And what you could do is select number one, a warning, and you can click right here to specify at which kind of gigabytes you want to get that warning. So by default, set to 2. But it obviously can increase it, decrease it. Now you can also select a hard limit, meaning that when you add these by default reach the 5 gigabytes used, it automatically turns it off for you. Even when you have 10 gigabytes of network on your phone, it just hard shuts it off and you can't use it. Now, you also, for this, want to select the mobile data usage cycle. So this is where you get rebilled, which also implies when your provider refreshes your data limit, right? So if you get refreshed on the 25th of each month, and you used it and you get again 10 gigabytes on the 25th, that's what you want to set here. Your phone will automatically reset the data used so far back to 0 and start counting it again. So in general, this is probably, I would be selecting the warning specifically if I had a limit in my specific case scenario, because I don't have any kind of penalties for reaching it or potentially surpassing it. I can't really surpass it really with 1 kilobit. It's almost impossible. But I'm mentioning that because there's probably some kind of service provider who will automatically charge you extra money for reaching your limit and basically using more now. So they will just get you like, oh cool, we're just for this month we're upgrading you to another 10 gigabytes, but instead of like if you're paying $20 per month for your entire service plan, right, with that 10 gigabytes, hey, they're going to charge you 40 for just that 10 gigabytes here because screw you. In this case, you most certainly want to select a data limit right here so you get shut off at reaching close to that limit. So you never get charged extra for no reason. So yeah, that's about everything there is to know. So in any case, I hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Welcome. In front of me is a Motorola Moto G77, and today I will show you how you can record screen on this device. So, to get started, you will want to swipe down from the top of your screen, which will bring down your toggles, then swipe down again to extend the list of visible toggles. Somewhere we should have our screen recording. For me, it's on a second page right over here. Now, if you can't find it on any of the pages, you can add it by clicking right here on this pencil. Scroll down, and right here, starting in this gray area, you will find every toggle that you can add. So once you find your screen recorder, for instance, you just hold it. It gets lifted up, and now you can drag it over above that text right here, drop it, and when you go back, this toggle will remain. Anyway, once it's added into this list, hold it, and this will quickly take you to the settings. It looks like we don't have too many settings in here, but I still recommend just going in here, making sure that you're set to 1080p. I don't recommend using 720. This doesn't really matter probably for you, as this refers to the size of the selfie camera that will be visible on your screen recording. Now, this is something that I can enable while you're recording. And what you see right here, this circle, is the actual size. So anyway, next we have a record time limit. That's up to you if you want to set one up or don't. I'm going to keep it unlimited. File size limit, another just limitation if you want to set one up. And last thing that is a little bit more interesting is the record touch points, which means that on the recording it will be visible as a semi-transparent gray dot where your finger was pressing the display. I will enable this just so you can see how that looks like. Now, once our settings are set, we can close this and we don't ever have to go back there again. And whenever we want to start recording, just find this toggle, and this time around just simply tap on it. So you can see it brings us some options right here as well, like as options for audio recording. So we have microphone, system sound, mic and system, and mute. Choose whichever one you want to record. Just know that if you're planning to do mic and system, I'll recommend maybe using something like headphones, earbuds, or anything like that, as what might happen is when the system sound gets recorded, it gets recorded on a software side internally. Then it's gonna come out through the speakers, and potentially microphone could pick it up the second time around, and this would result in a recording that has this kind of echo effect on it. So that's why you might want to use something like headphones or earbuds. Now I'll just record system sound. Next we can activate that camera like I mentioned, which I'll keep it off, and let's start recording. Now this right here won't be visible on the recording. So in any case, once we start recording, whatever you will do for the most part will okay. So I'm going to close this up, and what we can also do from here is, for instance, pause it, which I just did. Can add that selfie. Now this won't be visible on the recording as I am paused right now, so nothing right now is being recorded. We also have the sound options again, and we can draw. Now, I'm just going to stop the recording right now, as I already checked. There is no applications that I'd want to showcase right here. So there's usually applications that I would want to show the limitations of this, but nothing like that exists right here, which is for better or worse. Now, chances are you probably have some of these applications that I'll mention, but let's first go into our Photos application before I start talking about them. And in here, we're gonna navigate to collections, completely ignoring this garbage from... No. Damn it! Of course, Google is stealing my data again, because... Oh, I fucking hate Google. Of course, there's no option for me to stop this from happening, because what? Of course it... I hate Google. Oh boy, it's such a piece of shit. Anyway, we're going to be hating on that a little bit more in a moment, but let's first go into collections, I guess, after they stole my data anyways, just because I misclicked that shit. And in here, we will want to navigate to, typically you'd want to navigate either to videos or screenshots, but I don't think, yep, it's going to be in screenshots. videos also now. So that is because of the Google account right here. It's sorting the screen recordings into on this device folder, and there it is. Now typically that's not where you're going to find it. So here's the recording playing back right now, and you will be able to see just whatever I open should be obviously visible right here. But I wanted to show some of the applications and explain what might happen when you encounter those applications. So as an example, you will probably have some kind of banking application on your device. And if you ever try to capture a screenshot or record a screen in it, you will probably notice that that application just straight up won't let you capture a screenshot. And if you record a screen in it and go to play it back, it's just going to be a black screen. This is normal, and it's done for privacy and security reasons of the user. If, as a hypothetical situation, you have somehow misfortunately managed to get malware on your device that is right now trying to use screen recordings and screenshots to just try to figure out what your PIN passwords are to other applications, including things like your bank app, you can imagine how that would be detrimental to the security of your bank. So for that reason, bank blacks it, but it gives you other options to usually capture whatever you'd want to capture in there. So as an example, you made some kind of transaction and you want to now capture a screenshot as an example, or record a screen as a confirmation of that so you can send it to someone. You can't do that, but what you can do is download a PDF file that confirms that payment as a document, and you can send that. Now, this is all great because it gives you alternative. Now, other places that use this, and not for your security or privacy, are streaming platforms. Basically, every streaming platform will do this. Spotify, Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, or videos or whatever. So all that crap is going to do this. And I personally find this to be intrusive. And because it never asks for my permission, and never comes up with a pop-up or anything like that, and excuse of I agreed to it in terms of service falls apart if you don't own an account, like for instance I do. Netflix, which comes pre-installed with a lot of devices, you will just open it up and it will be on a login page, and it already blocks your screen without your permission, knowledge, and never even asking for that permission. Now this seems a little bit rapey to me. An application does what it wants without ever asking for my permission on my device. Now it's done for them trying to prevent piracy, but you know what, as a user of my own device, I couldn't give two shits less what the reasoning is here. I don't have any alternatives to do what I want to do, and it's not my job to protect privacy of some giga corporations. If they want to protect it using my device, then the fucking service should be free, or they should be paying me or offsetting the costs. After all, I'm basically being used as a means to protect their application, their service, from piracy without ever wanting to. Now, because I never want to, and maybe, hey, crazy freaking idea, when you pay for a service, maybe you just want to capture a clip of, I don't know, a show or a movie or whatever it is. I don't care. You should be in your damn right to do so, especially when you're paying for this garbage. And furthermore, if you're wondering about piracy and stuff like that, just know that there's also fair use. Piracy doesn't kind of, cover this. This is just application basically blocking the road because you might be speeding on it. So you're now going to have to walk. If it sounds stupid, it's because it is. And for that reason, I'll be actually showing you alternative places where you can find content, watch it, capture it without any kind of hindrance. Just because I have never consented to my device being used as a means to protect someone else's content. And I just find that any kind of company that does willy-nilly whatever the hell they want on my device, well, I'm going to show you alternative ways to circumvent that. And hell, if you're paying for the content, like I said, you're earning a right to do so, as you have fair use, which allows you to share captured content up to a specific time limit. So you can record an entire show and then just upload it. But hey, if it's 10 seconds or something like that, hey, the world is your oyster. You can post it whatever the hell you want. So this will be a completely free method on the browser, which you can capture anything on the browser. So obviously it covers that. So we're going to go into our browser right here. Use without an account. Now, I will not be showing you exactly where to go. as when I used to do this, the site went down pretty quickly. So by the time you're watching this, chances are whatever I'll be showing right now, recording, it probably would be dead by the time you're trying to use it. So instead of that, I'll be teaching you how to fish so I can feed you for life instead of giving you that fish, so you can basically get it when it's already rotten. So in any case, in here, I'm going to use as an example the site that I used to show, that it's deactivated now, but was dpstream.mov. Now, because DMCA strikes and whatever, like copyright claims for this content that will be visible on sites like this, they basically get, you know, free pass, but by me showing this, and easily could be found, I will be basically showing you, and even if they find something else that could potentially lead them from this video, they pop up like cancer, and at this point you know how to find it. So it basically becomes like a endless task. They shut down one site, another one shows up, so it's fine, and you know how to look for them now. So yay! So instead of going here, what we're gonna do is select or add alternative, and piss off. And you're gonna ignore any kind of AI overviews like this. They never give you anything useful. So just straight up, don't even pay attention to this dog shit. What you usually want to look for is Reddit. That's what you're gonna basically find. Well, it's the best kind of solution right here. And you can already see, wow, we have a bunch of different things we can utilize from here, which one of them is one that I was actually showcasing in some of the videos, but it was pretty bad. I'm not even gonna show or say the name, as that could potentially be somehow AI detected. So what you find there is just a small portion of what you can find, depending on how you search for this. As an example, maybe you're gonna type in something like free alternatives to Netflix, or free Netflix, or some other crap, right? You will find other lists also on Reddit. The way I search for it, which I'm not gonna mention, just to make it a little bit harder for whoever would want to send legal notices to these sites, you can do your own due diligence. Depending on how you search for it, I know that for a fact there is a website that tracks most of these places, these alternative streaming sites, and there's like over 20 different entries in there, which some of those entries have like 4 different domains just as a backups. So you have alternatives that you can look for, and some of them will work great, some not. So if one is annoying to you because it opens up ads and stuff like that, look for other one. And because this would be running on a browser, just like normally like that, you can capture screenshots and here record screens, no problem. So you're not being limited by the same BS of something like Netflix application. So you can do whatever the hell you want. And like I mentioned, you can record it considering you're paying for this content, and hey, even if you're not, I couldn't give 2 shits less. It's not my job to care. So what you do with that knowledge is up to you. It's just an educational how to look for things like this. I just try to look at it in a perspective, that if you're paying for this content and you want to capture something, you're in your right to do so, and you should be able to, but an application is blocking you. This is not breaking any kind of piracy as far as I know, as just capturing a screenshot or recording portion of a show or a movie and sharing it is just completely fine, as long as it's not the entire freaking thing, obviously. So with that being said, I hope you found this very helpful, and if you did, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.